It's time to talk. We're gonna try something new. Streamyard is adding all sorts of features to the platform. Now it's added a feature where you can display the comments live. Personally, I think that gives y'all too much power, but we're gonna try it out. We're gonna give it a spin and see what it looked like. I seen that video with that red pill guy. He is on there with the joint, and the joint handed him a jar to open. He's one of these red pill guys, always talking about the man this and the woman that. Show comments on stage. Oh, I see them. They right there. He always talking about the man this and the woman that. Drunk Irishman, what it do? Carlos, what it do? Omar J. Flint in the building. Right? And it's like, you can't be talking like that and a joint give you a jar to open and you can't open it. Like, nah. This can't be real. Pork chop, what it do? Killer B, MW2. You already know. What's Goody and HC? You can't be talking all that man shit. A joint give you a jar to open and you can't open it? Huh? That's crazy. That is crazy. Like, the mediocrity is at an all-time high. Cause I seen that dude on that red pill joint. What's that thing called? Whatever. That podcast where they always talking about the same thing, the joints and the dudes and the battle with the sexes and all of that. And the joint, the light-skinned joint, she handed him a jar to open and he couldn't open it. It's like, bruh, this is one of the most masculine moments of your life. You know that? That's one of the most masculine moments of your life. Whenever a female gives you a jar to open, you got to open it. I get that all the time. Got to open that jar. Shit, I did it on a live once. It's like, yeah, that's one of them moments. That's one of them man moments. So for you to be as outspoken as you are about the roles of men and women, the traditional roles, but you can't open a jar. Wow, that's crazy, bro. Jay Flint. Yeah, man, that was really sad. You know what I mean? That was really sad, bro. Che. I was praying for that joint too. I didn't like that news, man. Early in the morning, I didn't like that at all, bro. Too bad, man. It's so young. Sad, man. Rider of the Storm, what it do? Yeah, man. She handed him the joint. But one thing that I thought was weird was he said that it was greased up. I don't know if he was saying that because he felt stupid, or was it that she sabotaged him in order to emasculate him on camera, because neither would surprise me. It could have been that he's embarrassed, he can't open the jar, he needs a reason, he says she oiled it up. But it could just as easily be that, nah, she sabotaged him. It was her intention to go in there and grease up the joint so that she could then make him look stupid on camera. Because I'm just thinking, how many instances on a live podcast are you going to need to open up a jar? I don't think that's ever happened. So it could have been a trap. Could have been a setup. Either way, you should have been able to open that joint. That's how I feel like, bro, either way, you should have been able to open that joint. Because that's a man moment. That's a man moment. You know, like, it's certain moments you got to assert your authority. You can't open a jar, Brody. Can you change the tire? Do you go kill the spiders? My daughter, she sees a silverfish, she loses her mind. Calls me. You must kill it, Daddy. Daddy, you must kill it. It's a damn silverfish. Tell her that spiders are good luck. If you see a spider in the house, you don't kill him. Because he's going to kill all the other bugs for you. And he's not going to bother you. She still do it. Daddy, kill it. Daddy. My little munchkin. Your live is choppy. I don't know if it's just me, I don't know. I don't know, to be real. My signal good. I don't know. Global, what it do? I don't know. I didn't know she. Yeah, man. It was really. Yeah. She had found out at the beginning of the year, Rodolfo. She found out at the beginning of the year, and she said that she went to. She suspected it, but they didn't do anything about it when they could have, and they were late in catching it. So it's a horrible, horrible. It's horrible, bro. It's terrible. You know, it's terrible, man. The whole thing, the whole ordeal, is horrible, man. More needs to be done about that. People sitting around arguing about minutia like pronouns and all this different shit, when that's the kind of issues that need to be tackled. More needs to be done about that to correct that imbalance. Get people more time, because that's what we all want. More needs to be done about that. That was a horrible, horrible, horrible. I can't even begin with that, man. You know? But yeah, man. It was they said it was a rare type, is what they said. It wasn't a normal one. Something, I think she had a digestive issues, which raised the possibility of what she ended up with. It wasn't one of the ones that you hear about. Very sad, man. Very, very sad. I don't even like thinking about that shit, because it's just horrible for somebody so young, man. I got to interview her at least once. Very nice, very pleasant. I believe I interviewed her, and I know that she did an intro for me a very long time ago. Um, Very long time ago. For those who wondered why she wasn't fighting, because you'll remember that when she debuted with Boxer, I did a couple of videos about her. I covered her fights. She only had 3, and she started having health issues, which is why you didn't see her fighting. And it started as digestive issues. It was very sad. Yeah, man, it's horrible, bro. That's the kind of thing that the world needs to shift its focus on. Battling that, doing something about that as a collective, as a species. Those are the kind of things that require, I think, the entire world's focus. Because that's horrible for that to happen that way. That's horrible, man. Yeah, something like that, Alvarez. Something like that. They're encouraging updates in other fields and other realms as it pertains to other conditions, but it's one of those things, man. It's horrible. It's just a horrible thing to hear about. Terrible, man. you know. But yeah, back to the guy, to lighten the tone, because I don't want to be somber all night. Um, the dude couldn't open the jar, man. It's like, how do you go on podcasts? Like, and the dude is a smart dude, because I seen the dude. He's a smart dude. But it's like, yo, dog, you looking crazy right now. You couldn't open up a pickle jar, bro? That's one of the manliest moments of being a man. That's one of the manliest moments. Like, yeah, you got to open that jar, dog. That's the man shit. That shit, man. It could be that she sabotaged him, though, because that's the thing about people like that. Underneath it all, they know that the opposing argument is actually right, but they care more about their feelings than the facts. So they'll do something petty like that. Like, yeah, I'm going to give him a greasy jar so that when he can't open it, I can emasculate him. Because honestly, there's a lot of misandry out there. For all the pseudo misogyny arguments you hear about, I see more misandry than misogyny. It's open season on dudes. They can say whatever. You can't body shame broads, but you could body shame dudes. You can't call a broke ass bitch, but it's okay to call a guy broke. Bitch riding the bus don't get no shit. Guy riding the bus do. Bitch minimum wage job don't get no shit. Guy do. That's the culture now of this younger generation. That's what they doing to each other. That's why there's so many of those podcasts, those red pill podcasts. What do you bring to the table? Who the fuck ever went on a date and like, huh? What do you bring to the table? I am the table. No, you're not. You're not the table. That's a fancy way of saying I don't bring shit. I bring titties and cuda. That's what I bring. But I don't know how to do shit. I don't know how to do nothing. I can't boil rice. I don't know nothing. I can't sing. I can't dance. I'm not a writer. I'm not an actor. I want to be famous, but for no particular reason, because that's the earmark of this generation. They all want to be famous, but they're not good at anything. Like, what are you good at that you need fame, that you want all this attention? Ice cream, good. Ice cream, good. Good. I bring these nuts. I bring these nuts. Put them on the table like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? That's what I bring, bitch. A Mike Grizzly, bitch. Y'all remember Mike Grizzly in the bathroom stall with Michael Myers? He ain't know, man. He ain't know. Want to make a deposit? I think he talking about that Andrew Wilson verse. Yeah, Naima. The curly hair joint. That's what I'm talking about. The curly. I don't know. Like I said, he said that she greased up the thing. And I could believe that. Like, yeah, because that's some shit. That's some shit a bitch should do. Let me hand you this greasy ass shit. So when you can't open it, you on camera looking crazy. Like you got the baby grip. You got that baby grip. They said Shakur Stevenson got a baby grip. That he got the grip strength of a toddler. That's crazy. Or it was Joe Grizzly? I thought it was Mike Grizzly. Mike Grizzly sound better, but I'll take it. Joe Grizzly, bitch. He in there trying to take a shit. Michael wasn't having that shit. She got that pickle jaw from Diddy. Facts. Got that shit from Diddy. Speaking of Diddy, and what's rock-a-locking with him? What's going on with him? Probably put all that baby oil on that shit. It's not what I do that defines me. Yo, B. Shit is crazy. Diddy done made motherfuckers uncomfortable to buy baby oil. Now you can't go to Walmart or CVS and get a couple of bottles of baby oil without somebody looking at you crazy. You can't now. You can't. I bet you baby oil sales went up though, which is the weird part. Baby oil sales probably went up off of that shit. About to get some action tonight. Can't forget the baby oil. I'm mad excited for that gelato. Yeah, that card gonna be lit. You feel me? Like doing the Diddy shit. Take that, take that. Take that, take that. Can't stop. Won't stop. Take that, take that. Lock his ass up. Yo, they say he tried to kill Kid Cudi, B. He tried to kill Cudi. They say he hired motherfuckers stole a Molotov cocktail at Cudi, bro. I got some issues that nobody can see, and all of these emotions are pouring out of me. That was my shit. I bring them to the light for you. It's only right. This is the soundtrack to my life. That was my shit. It was a weird motherfucker at first, but I heard that album. That's a good album, man. 99 Problems. And they all bitches. Wish I was Jigga, man. Carefree living, but I'm not Sean or Martin Louis. I'm the thieving. Rolling with the Brooklyn boys. You know the high speed mean without living large. I control my own life, Charles. Never in charge. No sitcom can teach mom about the all different things, troubles that problem my mom. On Christmas time, my mom Christmas grind got me most of what I wanted. How'd you do it, ma? Huh? Toys out playment in the room by myself, all by himself. That was my shit, man. That was a great album. Man on the Moon, that was a great album. Scott Mess Cudi. Diddy tried to have him. He tried to turn that motherfucker into a s'more. Tried to turn him into a s'more. Over a bitch at that. The court proceeding said, he said, yo, Diddy was standing there like a Marvel villain. I could see that. Like, these dudes is cartoons, man. Give them a little bit of money, they go crazy. Cudi said Diddy was looking like a Marvel villain, for real. He went to his house. He said he was just standing there like, brick, no hit back. I got some issues that nobody can see. Diddy threw a Molotov cocktail at me. I bring it to the court for you. It's only right. This is. Yo, shut the fuck up, Gerard. How about that? How about you shut the fuck up and go sit in the corner? Matter of fact, let me help you. There you go, Gerard. Now you can eat a fucking dick by your motherfucking self talking about how I sound when your corny ass is too scared to use a real profile picture. I sing fucking beautiful. I sound like fucking Andrea Bocelli. Conte partido ple 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 sunari pelmari histolofio. Bro, I sound like a fucking angel. Are you kidding me? You're fucking kidding me. His butt signal is just the silhouette of his wiener. See that dildo in the sky, Commissioner Gordon? It's not what I do that defines me. It's what brand of baby oil I use. Bro, I sound fucking amazing, bro. Luis Miguel, bro, who could forget Luis Miguel and his flaring fucking nostrils, bro? That motherfucker had the biggest nostrils on Telemundo. Always looked like he's about to sneeze. Y'all remember Luis Miguel with the gap in his tooth? Big ass nostrils? I remember him. Nah, that's the Dark Knight, bro. That was the Dark Knight. Yeah, it's Diddy IQ, yo. And he smashed Mariah Carey. Yeah, I remember that. I heard that. Luis Miguel, he smashed Mariah. Mariah, you on fire. It's a good thing he hit it quick. He got out of there. He got the fuck up out of there. Right, crazy. If Triple G was 175 pounder, do you think he would have stood a chance against Art Beevil and Better Beef? It's an open-ended question, bro, because the thing is, it's too speculative. If he had the physical dimensions of a light heavyweight, is tantamount to saying, well, if I had wings for appendages, would I be able to fly? Probably, is the short answer, but it's far too speculative. I got 99 problems. Any old bitch. I was digging, man. Carefree living. What the fuck you gonna tell me I don't sound good? I sound fucking amazing.
Oh, you sound wonderful with the mute button.
Shut your ass up. You sit in the corner with him. I sound like Andrea Bocelli and Laura Pausini rolled in a taco, bro. Conte partido. Y'all know nothing about no Andrea Bocelli. Y'all know nothing about that.
My sister was a huge fan of the opera, so she listened to a lot of Sarah Brightman, and she was Andrea's running partner with that song. So I know all about him, unfortunately.
Fucking dude, you know, I used to play that shit when I was a kid. Really, my sister put me onto that shit. She was learning Italian. She literally learned how to speak that shit. I'm very proud of her for that. She literally learned how to speak that shit. And, you know, she would use the music as a means, as a form of studying, you know? Because, you know, the more you immerse yourself in a language, the more you pick it up. So she would play that shit, listen to it. Conte partido. They don't drill their R's as much as we do, but the Italians. But it's a beautiful fucking song, man. Beautiful song.
I used to listen to Kid Cudi to smoke weed, bro. It was amazing.
Bro, Kid Cudi, man. Like I said, Man on the Moon, that was a great album, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I literally was listening to that shit in the gym earlier. Go ahead, Virtuoso.
Yo, is it just me or was Luis Miguel born with a tan?
Nah, that dude was getting that spray on, bro. That dude was getting.
God damn, that shit is scary, bro.
Fuck?
That is terrifying. Get that off the screen.
Come on, real talk.
Get that shit off my screen, goddammit.
I'm legit begging you. That is legit frightening.
Imagine you go downstairs at night.
Look around.
Imagine you go downstairs at night and you see Diddy staring at you like this.
You looking stupid.
So why you scared, man? You don't want to invite your friends to meet my friends so we can be friends?
Diddy in the video, B. This will be Diddy in the video.
Clip that.
Yo, hold on, real quick. I remember, listen, I was watching the playoff game between the Celtics and the Knicks, right? And this player, Jalen, I saw him a picture with Diddy. And I'm like, that's where you learn how to play defense.
Bro, we ain't hear none of that.
We didn't hear nothing you said, man.
I agree, man. I agree.
It sounded like he was getting
Diddy. It's muffled.
Can nobody take my pride? Can nobody hold me? This Diddy in the video.
Hey, highlight Mars Boxale's comment.
Let me see. Hold up. The Diddler. For
No,
real,
the next
Diddler.
one.
Yo, Jules acting like a tank. Speaking of tank. Yo, somebody really asked on Twitter, fucking Tank in his prime or Mayweather in his prime. And I'm like, wait a minute. When did Tank leave his prime? He just turned 30, didn't he? He out of prime already?
In his prime? You mean like today?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? He out of prime already?
You mean like Amazon Prime?
For real, like he's 30. Like, I mean, last I checked, look, because they say that everybody's prime is different, which is sort of true, but it sort of isn't. That 26 to 35 is your physical prime as a man. Now, granted that if at those ages you were obese and then in your 40s or something you really started working out, well, then that would be your prime because you wasn't shit in your prime years. But generally speaking, the rule of thumb biologically for men is your prime is between the ages of 25 and 35. So Tank is 30. Like, he is in his prime. The fuck you mean prime, Javante?
Well, these are the best years of his career.
Honestly, I cannot tell when exactly was his prime.
No, you
Cambodian breast milks, yo. Cambodian breast milks to take this down. Yo, I'm telling you, yo. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave it up until y'all pay me to take it down. I'm gonna leave it up. $20, I take it down.
He said $20.
$20, I take it down.
You fucking extortionist.
Okay, Jules, how
like that
how about a slice of cheesecake from Junior's to take it down?
Nobody take this pride. Can nobody hold this dick? No, I got to keep on.
No, bro, some dude for real life like come at me sideways earlier on X. So I took a gander at his profile. Bro's for real life defending Diddy, bro. I was like, yeah, you lost, bro.
The shit is that weird. Birds of a feather flock together. There's not a more true saying than that. The only reason you would defend a fucking weirdo like Diddy. Yo, who is that? Who is that?
Who the fuck transforming over there?
If you on the fucking BX19, Virtuoso, wait till you get off the bus to join the live. You got wild sound effects and shit going on. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, why
are you accusing me? I have my mic muted. What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's always you.
You hear that shit? You hear that shit?
I heard that.
Everybody heard that shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now, why would a motherfucker
I'm muted.
Diddy? Oh, all right, bro. All right.
Yeah, you can get him out.
And his signal was delayed at that. He 3 seconds behind. What I was gonna say is, why would a motherfucker defend Diddy of all people? Unless you into Diddy type shit. You into that, like you into that weird shit, that sodomy shit. You know what I'm saying? What are you defending? His right to beat up bitches and shag dudes in a brown eye? Because that's what he doing.
A homie for real life was like, Diddy's innocent until proven guilty. What the fuck is he innocent of? Beating a bitch's ass? Because we got video evidence, bro.
Exactly. I don't see a reason. But the other shit is, look, man, in the hip hop community, it's the elephant in the room. It has been for years, which is why I started thinking like, yo, y'all all some frauds. Y'all all some frauds. You mouthpieces for drug dealers that bankroll your studio time and then you launder their money. That's basically, well, at least that's what hip hop was. But a lot of y'all motherfuckers is fruity. And that it's like, yeah, like a lot of y'all motherfuckers on some homo shit. This hyper aggressive, like, man, get out of here, man. Y'all not the real motherfuckers. The real motherfuckers is Chapo. The real motherfuckers is Escobar. Y'all motherfuckers just.
Nah, y'all see what happened whenever they arrested his ass?
Who, Chapo?
Was it Chapo or Chapo's son whenever they fucking lit up the streets to get the nigga out?
Oh, it was a son.
Yeah, that's
that was the son, bro.
Like this shit is crazy. It's like built a whole culture. I'm not going to say the music because the music I think was co-opted by people that are above. Like I seen it happen, so I know that it happened. That it didn't used to be this way. It used to be music. I don't really consider it that now. Like, nah, it's not music now. They took all the negative shit and the bad shit and they put steroids in it, like Rocky 3. I always make this parallel that Rocky 2 was a drama, but Rocky 3 was Rocky 2 on steroids. It was an action movie, and that's what they did to the hip-hop genre. Like, hip-hop didn't used to be that way. It used to have good R&B music. Not all the rap songs was about shooting motherfuckers up and shit like that.
Fucking mumble rap and shit.
Yeah, now that drill shit, that shit is basically a goddamn spell, is what that's a spell, bro. Like you just
right. Okay, so you hear that shit too, right? That shit feels like they're putting you in a trance, bro.
Yeah, like you trying to hype young motherfuckers up to do a bunch of bad shit. Like, bro, if anybody of sound mind could see, like, yeah, y'all did something to the music because it didn't even used to sound like that. It didn't used to sound like that. You took all the negative aspects of it and filled it full of Bane venom, and now
they turned that shit to 11.
And now that's the only thing you really putting out. All the bitches talk about is my pussy this, my pussy that, my pussy. That's, bro, Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj, it's the same fucking shit. My pussy this.
So a parallel that I noticed, and it blew my fucking mind when I finally realized it. Like, I remember back when Robin Thicke came out with what was that one song he came out with that was so controversial?
Blurred Lines.
There you go, Blurred Lines, right? That was so fucking controversial right at the time. And then like 5-10 years later, Cardi B comes out with Wet Ass Pussy. It's like, Jesus Christ, how fucking quick.
Yeah, like I don't even think R&B as a genre exists anymore. Like, does it? Like, I'm old.
Nope. There's
I'm old,
alternative R&B, but it's not the same as like the early 2000s, like Mary J. Blige.
Like, bro, I grew up with Gorilla Zoe making fucking R&B music. Like, come on now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who's this era's Usher or Chris Brown? Like, are there any more R&B artists anymore? Like, no.
No. Danny Garcia.
Post Malone.
She said
make
Danny
the
Garcia.
pussy rain. Make the pussy rain.
Who fucking said Danny Garcia?
He said Danny Garcia.
Oh, my fault.
Bro, kick that nigga. Kick him.
I could see that. Danny Garcia.
Make the pussy rain.
I got you packaged, baby.
In the Amazon. I remember saying, them city. I can see Danny singing
like,
that
this
shit.
generation has no T-Pain, bro. T-Pain was in fucking everything in the early 2000s.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, R&B as a genre, like, and I'm not because I loved R&B, but like as a genre, it's gone, isn't it? Because I don't hear R&B music anymore, like at all. New R&B music, unless. Nah, that girl isn't really R&B. Like, I would call that alternative. What's her name? Douche? The one who's singing on the Got Ye beat. Anxiety. That shit.
I think he's just a rapper.
I guess you could say that Drake is R&B.
Damn.
Like,
Drake
I like
the
melodies. I don't like.
That's it.
That's how bad it is.
But that's it. Like, for the R&B, like Drake. That's
bro,
it.
Drake's like a whole separate fucking generation too, though.
Bro, I guess
a lot of the R&B today is more like either alternative or like what's the word? Trap bass. They don't really got that soulful kind of shit that you hear from like, I don't know, Keisha Cole type shit, you know?
Like that.
Y'all remember Keisha Cole,
Like
man?
that.
You can only see your heart belongs to, like, yo, they don't make
Banger.
shit like that no more, bro. That shit was, bro, I was working out to that shit. Like, yo, this shit is.
That's a Diddy song too.
I'm hitting PRs all over the. Yo, listen, I separate Diddy from the music from the shit that he be doing. Cause hello, good morning. I still get amped off for that shit, bro. Like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna hit PRs all day today. You see what I mean? You know what I
feel you because I understand what you mean.
What you know about that? What you know about that? Someone who truly understands.
You know what I'm saying?
Banger.
You talking about that 112, right? That 112.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Yeah, because at some point you gotta separate the artist from the art.
And you know he's probably fucking all three of them guys. Now that you mentioned.
No, why would you say that?
Probably
was. Probably.
Nah.
Diddy, bro.
I sent the picture to Chris of Lenny Kravitz and Diddy on above fucking Pharrell. Like, oh, you know they papped his little bunghole out that night.
Bro, for real, like they put that motherfucker in a Tupperware, saved him for later, bro. He had to sleep in the freezer. Shit,
they
like
played
that
American Me with his ass.
Yeah, man, but the music is just so bad now. Cause the reason I noticed this is because when I go to the gym, I zone out, I play my music, and I don't play nothing new, cause it's all so shit. What does come across, it's like, yeah, a lot of this shit is shit. Like.
No,
what I'm gonna listen to?
Like,
what I'm
Doja Cat? All my music is like 10 to 15 years old. All my music.
Yeah, like what I'm gonna listen to? Megan Thee Stallion? Fuck, I'm gonna listen to.
Nah, just go back to Casey and JoJo.
No, I got that. That's what I'm saying. That like I don't really listen to no new shit. Like not a lot of this shit, and it's not because I'm old. I love music. There's other genres of music that come out that are new that I'll listen to them. But as far as like the shit I used to listen to when I was a kid, it's like, yeah, all that shit is gone, bro. Like, ain't no R&B no more. It's not. You know, motherfuckers don't sing the bitches no more. Which is a separate problem, you know? That's a separate problem. Like, well, should you be singing to these bitches?
Maybe you know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll be a little bit softer on your end.
These bitches, I ain't see Remy Ma. Yo, that bitch voice is wild deep. Don't make me air you out, Pat. Yo. I just watched the video with that.
You gonna whoop your ass, bro.
You know what? If her voice was a human form, she'd look like Brock Lesnar's daughter.
Bro, that bitch sound like Megatron. Like, don't make me air you out, Pat. Clarissa.
Yeah, there's nothing original anymore, man.
Bitch voice is crazy. You sound like she been smoking blunts all like since yesterday. Like, yo,
you got talking about Megan?
Voice. Nah, Remy Ma.
Nah.
Hey, Jules, I got a question, man. So, what happened to Georgia O'Connor? How did she pass?
Y'all didn't know, like she had a digestive issue. She had a digestive issue is what it was. It started as a digestive issue, and this, like, her career was basically put on pause for at least maybe a year or two because she was having health issues and shit. And the digestive issue that the girl was having led to other stuff, you know, and it's horrible, bro. It's horrible.
She was extremely young, man. I mean, damn.
Yeah, man. It's scary too, though. It's scary, you know, for somebody that's an athlete. You know what I mean? It's an athlete.
She was 25.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, I had a brain tumor at 25, and I went back to work in 2 weeks, and they were like, "What the fuck?" 25, you could recover from everything, but past 35, 40, you kind of like, yo, like
it takes a while.
Honest to God, it depends. Like I could give you a rundown of what's what, but it all depends. It, like, believe it or not, it all depends. Some things when you're younger are actually worse. And you went to work. You know why you went to work undefeated? You're not gonna like this. Because you a fucking Capricorn. No, because you a Capricorn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's what the fuck. It's what the fuck we do, dog. Like we won't die, so we go to work.
Yeah. I'm fucking.
Nah, bro, y'all niggas will fucking get hit by a car and still show up.
We fucking PBC, bro. We don't die,
bro. Like I got hit by a car. I got hit by a car at age 12. I got hit by a car at age 12. I got up so that I could keep going.
That's why you look like that.
Motherfucker, can you shut the fuck up and stop interrupting? I got hit by a car at age 12, and I still got up to go to the store. Like, yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah. It's
Like,
New
I
York.
fell out a whole ceiling and I still had to finish that job.
Yo, I don't know who gets nervous when you're on a plane, but statistically speaking, you're more likely to get fucking in a car crash.
Yeah, but the thing about statistics,
go down.
Don't rely on statistics too much, because what statistics don't tell you in and of themselves is that they are momentary. It's just the data that they've collected so far. The probability of something can increase or drop dramatically based on when those statistics were conducted. For example, you're hearing more and more about plane crashes, and yes, statistically it's not likely, but what if all the fucking planes are old? What then? Because a lot of them are fucking old, you know, just like the train stations in New York.
Yeah, the niggas aren't just pumping out new ones every year.
Some of these new pilots are hiring ain't exactly up to par either, though. So
more importantly,
from what they say,
whatever you want.
You talking about
whatever you want. Like,
good luck if you get stuck with a DEI pilot flying your plane.
Well, but that was always the flaw with that. Inclusion for the sake of inclusion is farcical. You have to hire the best available candidate for the job, not the most diverse one. You have to hire the best available candidate for the job, as that individual is the most qualified, whether it's an Asian person or a black person or a white person or a hot dog. You have to hire the most qualified person for the job. And just somewhere down the line in the last, let's call it 5-10 years, it moved away from that. It moved away from just being a meritocracy, that no, you can't give the position to fill a quota. You have to hire whoever is best, wherever they're from. You know?
Is that being politically correct?
Yes. Also, statistics can say whatever the fuck you want, because, like, okay, you can. You're more likely to get into a car crash. Hang on, brother.
Y'all didn't let Jason finish a fucking sentence, dog. Damn. Go ahead, Jason.
You could say, you're more likely to be in a car crash than a plane wreck. Yeah, but I'm more likely to survive a car crash than a plane crash, motherfucker. So what does that mean? Like,
that's true. That's true. What if the pilot's Middle Eastern? You hiring him?
You're my honest opinion. Me personally, you think the same way, so you're not gonna get mad at me, bro. I wouldn't even let certain motherfuckers in the country. If you're from a country, if you're from a country that we got beef with, stay over there, bro. What the fuck do you need to? We want to then have a better life over there, because you're from a country that we got beef with. See, we don't really like. I've been saying this. Us and Mexico would be like a power couple, bro. We'd be like fucking Derek Jeter and Mariah Carey if we were cool. Like, no, we need to be cool between the workforce and our ability to mass produce. We could be huge, but we keep beefing with each other. Our neighbor is who we need to be friends with. I'm sorry about the Ukraine, but hey, bro, like, what we gonna do? Fight the war for you, bro? Like, hey, we need to be cool with our neighbors, bro. Those that love thy neighbor. Yeah, that's my neighbor. He right there. We need to be cool with them. You see what I'm saying?
Jules, who will launder all our money?
The Mexicans, the cartels, bro. Come on. Think outside the box.
I'm on standby, bro. I'm on standby.
I'm saying certain shit that I just don't. People have guilt tripped this country into believing that they owe people. No, you not owed nothing but death, fam. Yeah, this country has fucked up history. So does every other country. This one doesn't stand out. They all have fucked up history. The idea that anybody's owed anything in this country is crazy. Like, no, they all did some fucked up shit. In case you haven't noticed, Russia did fucked up shit. Italy, Spain, they did fucked up shit. They all did. So get the fuck out of here, you know? Shout out to Pork Chop. They let the South Africans in, no questions asked. Yeah, because they threatening to kill their ass. Let's not pretend that Chris Van Heerden's father was executed, in case you guys forgot. There's nothing made up about the executions that are happening in South Africa. That shit is real. They really killing motherfuckers out there.
That one extreme guy has the same first name as you, Joel. It's Julius something. That was the guy that was jumping up and down and leading the crowd chanting about kill the farmers.
Yeah, kill the farmers. Like, that shit. It's been going on for years too. Like, that's not, this thing about, they want to kill those guys. That's been going on for a while now. Like, that's why Chris Van Heerden's dad got fucking smoked. They just decided, hey, we gonna kill these motherfuckers. And that's what's going on.
Somebody likened Trump letting in the South Africans to whenever Big Al let Miklo move up the line. There's a ray of sunshine in all that darkness.
Yeah, but I mean, like, those are real. those are real refugees. Like, the refugees that they're importing into Europe, those are not refugees. What the fuck are you seeking refuge from? You're not a refugee. Like, you're not a refugee. Like, being a refugee accents an extenuating circumstance, war, a famine, or something. Now, if the people in your country decided that they're going to murk you for no other reason than you are the way you are, yes, that is a refugee. Whereas, I'm sorry to say, yeah, all that shit they importing into Europe, y'all not refugees. Yeah, you just here trying to get on welfare. Yeah, like, let's call a spade a spade. Keir Starmer can't arrest me, motherfucker. I say what I want.
Hey, yo, this dude by that blood and blood out. The only thing I can think of is fucking Hey Cinderella. Go find yourself a fella.
Sorry, no tortillas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you want to trade for a piece of white sand to me.
Classic.
That's a fucking classic right there.
Yeah.
Boxing Sicario said, yeah, the UK is lost, bro.
Have you seen that movie, Jules?
No, I ain't seen that. I don't
Blood
know.
and
Blood
Blood
out?
Blood and Blood Out?
Yeah, I seen Blood in, Blood Out, but I don't remember it word for word. Like, y'all, shit. Like, y'all, I'm like, the fuck is these motherfuckers talking about?
I was like, you fake Mexican?
Fuck that talking. Like,
you know what? Watch that movie like at least once a month.
That shit is memorable.
The UK is lost because their government is kind of turning on them too, man.
The UK has been infiltrated. The UK has been infiltrated. Like, the UK is lost. Like, and Keir Starmer can't arrest us. We got freedom of speech, you motherfucker. You sold out your own people. You and whoever else is in charge over there, because you sold out your own people, and it's very obvious from the outside that you sold out your own people. Your essence and your identity, you're literally trying to erase it with people that come from somewhere else. That's literally what you're doing. You sold out your own people. It may sound a certain way, but that's what makes culture culture. Mexico's not Mexico if I go over there and I don't see some Mexicans, then it's not Mexico, then, is it? If it's a bunch of Italians in Mexico, is it still Mexico? No. You gotta have Mexicans over there, bro. That's how it is. Motherfucker don't like that. Well, I don't give a shit. It's the truth.
It's kind of like
that's why when them Mexicans kicked out all them white folks that was trying to gentrify their block, yeah, I'll big them up for that shit, because this is your shit. It's your shit. Don't let somebody come over here trying to change your shit. It's your shit. And it's this.
I vote Texas starts doing that to Californians.
You know what I'm saying? Now, like, the UK, I already know in 20-something years, the UK gonna be unrecognizable. It's gonna be like it ain't gonna be what it was. I tell you that. It ain't.
That reminds me of somebody described to me that that America and an American, it has nothing to do with the land, that it's a creed that you take, that it's your beliefs and what you believe in. And that, like, you know, you believe in being able to speak what you want to speak, that you believe in, you know, that you have certain rights and things like that. Like, that's not a normal thing. It's the same thing. Like, if you go down to Mexico and you try to change all the people and what they do and how they live, or like, you're just changing their culture. It's not Mexico anymore.
No, I would say, Tom, you could say that, right? And I would agree with you to a point. But the fact of the matter is, if I go up to the big dog and I throw the first punch or whatever he do after that to me is my fault. Now, motherfuckers keep talking about this Gaza and Israel shit, like motherfuckers really ain't paragliding to Israel and start murking motherfuckers. Like, bro, y'all shouldn't have did that. You poked the bear and you got mauled. It is what it is. It's a dog eat dog world, bro. It ain't that way because I said so. Why is all that shit happening all of a sudden? Why? Because y'all motherfuckers really paraglided in there and started murking motherfuckers. So maybe Hamas should not have done that, because Hamas may be the actions of a few, but it affects everybody. And look what happened. Look what happened.
Hey, Tom, Trump wasn't in office when that shit happened, bro.
That's the other thing that happened during the Biden administration. That's the other thing. Like, all of that shit popped off during the Biden administration. How was that Trump's fault?
No, but everything is Trump's fault to those people.
No, how am I supposed to get mad at Israel for what was it, killing the children when Hamas straps bombs to kids and sends them up to blow up military bases. Like what?
Yeah,
They do anything you care about.
The only thing I could say about the conflict that they have is that it cannot be reasoned or bargained with rationally. There is no talks. One of y'all has to kill the other. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's where it's at. Like, you guys are
Let them
past.
settle it the old way, bro.
You guys are past the talking stage. And it's not, I'm not saying that I'm a proponent. I'm saying, yo, this is where it's at. Y'all really are past. You have killed too many of their people. In turn, they have killed too many of yours. There's no fixing that. One of y'all got to wipe the other out. It's not because I want that. It's like, yo, that's where y'all at. Y'all never going to stop. It's not because I said so.
Jules, and the thing that I hate is that our money is being funneled. I don't even know how much money we've given Israel, like $4 to $8 billion in, weapons. Ukraine. It's like, why are we fucking doing that, bro?
Look, I could give you a bare bones reason why we doing that. Right, if you gonna have an ally in that region, might as well be them. That's what it is. That's the bare bones explanation. If you're gonna have an ally in that region, but at the end of the day, at some point you're gonna be on a certain side, and this is just the way the cookie crumbled. My whole thing is, Hamas picked this fight. That's the cover story that we were all fed. We don't know nothing else unless we work for the fucking CIA. But last I checked, motherfuckers really paraglided into Israel and started killing people. That's how it started. What we're seeing now is like, yeah, that's what they did. So if they bombing that bitch to the ground, yeah, they wasn't just doing that off of general principles. That's why they doing that. And who was celebrating in the streets as people in Israel was getting murked? Who was doing that? It was the people in Gaza. Y'all should have been like, yeah, we not with this Hamas shit, dog. Like, no, y'all with that shit. You are with that shit. Y'all was celebrating that shit.
The other day I was watching an old movie. It's probably like 10, 15 years old. It's an old Adam Sandler movie, the You Don't Mess with the Zohan. But it's literally, it's all based around the war between the Palestinians and the Israels. He's this super fucking counter-terrorist or some shit. But in the movie, it's funny because some Palestinians are trying to create an explosive device, and they get on this fucking this like Palestinian hotline for terrorist shit, and they're like, oh well, we've currently suspended services because we're in talks with Israel. Like, as soon as talks fall through, then we'll proceed. Like, they already know that the shit's gonna fall through and they're not gonna get along. But like,
shout out to Oscar.
That fight's been going on for years, like hundreds of years.
Shout out to Oscar Jimenez. Stop talking smack, Jules. You're Japanese, Ukrainian, and American. I am. Tom, once again, you're doing the thing where everything is America's fault. USA is one of several countries that is using Ukraine as a proxy. It's not just us. Why do you think Germany gave them money and the UK gave them money? It's not just us. This is the weird shit I'm talking about. It's like they put so much responsibility on America for no reason other than they're bigger. But the UK is just as guilty. Germany is just as guilty. There are countries all in the Union that are doing the same thing. So it's not just America using them as a proxy. It's the allies using them as a proxy. Up until a point where you're courting World War III. Okay, motherfuckers, now you're on your own. Because we're not going to go to World War III for your fly speck. You got to bend over and take that dick. And hey, we're not doing this. Not for your little ass patch of land. I'm sorry. No, you got to handle that. And if you can't, then you can't, motherfucker.
Fuck you, Loma.
Yeah.
Fuck, take that dick.
Give up that belt. Give up that belt, Loma.
You're fucking stupid, bro. There's a possibility that we might see Canelo versus Eubank, and I want to go to London for that fight, bro. But I heard even fucking Ed Sheeran, he was over here saying like, yo, it's crazy over there. It's no place safe in London right now.
Yeah, a lot of stabbings going on over there.
No, te lo voy a decir, man. Te lo voy a decir. Porque ellos no lo pueden decir allá porque, eso es racista. De verdad, ustedes trajeron un tro de basura a tu país. ¿Para qué? Esa gente son basura. I'm sorry, it's the truth.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, this is not a conspiracy theory because I watched it happen year after year. I think what they did in Sweden was the trial run, because everything that's happening in the UK now, it happened in Sweden first years ago. Years ago. Sweden used to be one of the safest countries in the world. One of the safest. Out of the clear blue sky, they start taking in an untold number of refugees. The country's in the shitter now. It's the rape capital of the world. There were gangs, there were drugs, there were all these elements that were not a part of that very small country. What happened? You took in more refugees than you could account for, so that you could turn around years later and do the same thing in the UK, the same thing in Italy, the same thing in France. Yeah, it's easy to see what's going on here. Y'all, whatever y'all axis of power has been infiltrated by people that's way over there, and they're the ones getting all their garbage into your country. Because that's what I don't give a shit. Yeah, they garbage. The fuck are they? What are they contributing to your nation? What? Nothing. And they don't like you either. They're just waiting to get their numbers up until they could tell you they don't like you.
Yeah,
That's all.
it's happening everywhere. Because even in Ireland, you got fucking Conor McGregor coming out and saying like, "Yo, what the fuck is happening?" And he tried to run for office, but they told him because of that great case that he wasn't allowed to run, so he wasn't able to run.
Now, Lady Chan, I'm gonna say that I would have to check the numbers, because 80 years ago is close to 100 years ago. The Israel that we know today was basically a patch of land that was given to the people that were from World War II, yada yada yada. And I don't know that they attacked Palestine as a nation, because Palestine is not a real nation. That's a modern. Yeah. That's a modern, like, that's not a real thing. You understand that? It's not a real thing.
I think she's talked about the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, when Israel first became a nation, and then for 6 months a bunch of Arab nations invaded Israel and got their asses kicked.
Yeah,
is that what she's talking about? Like,
I think that's what it is, because it's like this Palestine is not a real. It's not a real nation, dog. Shout out to motherfucking Misael. You know Netanyahu got Hamas into power, right? He probably did. But the ones on the receiving end, my whole thing is this, that it would seem that the people that occupy that region are sympathizers of Hamas. Well, you should not be sympathizing when Hamas paraglides into Israel and starts killing people, because the consequences are falling on you. You shouldn't be celebrating that. You should have been like, we are not with this shit. It's not us, bro.
Yeah.
I remember Saudi Arabian prince talking about this shit.
The only thing for me is that it's fucking it's 50,000 casualties. You know, I don't want our fucking money to go there anymore, bro. I don't want it. Our country.
I don't want it to either, right? I don't look, dog. If it's me, which it is not, but if it's me, I would build a gigantic fucking wall that exists between us and Mexico. It's just us. Fuck the rest of y'all. We don't need y'all. Get the fuck. It's just us. This is our shit. North America, South America, big orgies. It's a party. We're too involved.
Try to slip that in there.
We're too involved. But underneath it all, away from our grade school.
What about Colombia?
Them too. Them, because they'll bring the coke.
You're right. Exactly.
In a word, there's a reason that we have fingers in all these pies. But the thing is, it's keeping up with the Joneses, because if we don't do this, our enemies will. If we don't move the way we move, like we're doomed to fail. We're all doomed to die. We're all doomed to destroy each other. There's no getting away from it because of the way this world is set up. But if you're wondering, well, why does America move this way? Why do they do the things they do? If we don't, our enemies will. It's that simple.
Hey, Jules, Virtuoso just called you the Dominican Tim Pool.
I'm glad that you interrupted me to tell me that. I really need it.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're glad.
Angry old man.
Wow.
Funny.
You know, I'm in a deep fucking trance. Hey, I'm trying to access the cosmos.
Hey, go get some coffee, you grumpy old man.
I'll interrupt your ass again, then, motherfucker.
Watch this.
Go get some coffee.
Interrupt me now. Interrupt me now.
I swear, I thought you said he's gonna rim.
Go start with that shit again.
He's gonna rim your ass.
Now, what I was saying was, people get mad at America. People get mad at this country, not because they're doing what they need to do to survive, but because they've been winning. Losers always hate winners. It's the truth. If it weren't us, and people aren't gonna like this, if it weren't us, it would just be somebody else doing the exact same thing. So the way the world is set up, you got to do what's right for you. America is doing what's right for America. The Russians are going to do what's right for the Russians. The Chinese are going to do what's right for the Chinese. That's why they all do the things that they do. And none of their hands are clean. Ours aren't, theirs aren't, but they're all doing what's best for them. It would be nice if everybody worked together. Like, I would hope that they could, but that's not going to happen, dog. Till like God open up a cloud, and that's not going to happen.
Jules, would you be shocked to learn that the whole Israeli-Palestine conflict was a result of World War I, where almost every single fucking problem ever occurred? I'm shocked. Because what happened was that after we kicked the Ottomans, after the Allies killed the Ottomans, there was this whole patch of land where our Arab allies were like, oh, we want our own land. And the Israelis were like, Jews were like, hey, we want our land too. England and France went, okay, here's this section in Gaza. We'll call it the Palestine whatever. And you two will live there. And a whole bunch of Arab and Jewish immigrants flooded that at the same time, and they've been hating each other ever since. Thanks, World War I.
Now, pork chop. I'm not using him as the anchor for that argument. That's far too... I'm going to say that that's dumb. Because I'm not talking about one specific president or administration. I'm talking about the way that this country moves as a whole. That's the reason that this country does the things that it does, or has done the things that it does. Not exclusive to this administration that we're in now, but people do wonder, why does it always feel like America is in everybody's fucking business? Why does it always feel like they're meddling? They're doing what they have to do. That's what they're doing. The thing is, the other guys on the other side are doing what they have to do too. They're all doing what's best for them, what they believe is best for them. So there are, and y'all heard me say this a million times, I'll say it a million more. There are no good guys. Everybody's a bad guy. All of us, everybody. I'm the bad guy because I have this phone that was likely manufactured through slave labor. The parts that put it together. Yeah, the parts, the microchips, the minerals, all of it. If you're running around in a fucking Tesla, yeah, you're part of it too. All these modern comforts that people in the West take advantage of are the byproduct of bondage and slavery. They all are. Like, yes. This shit doesn't make itself.
The massacre of animals, just so we can have a fucking cheeseburger.
Yeah. How many cattle, how much cattle they gotta fucking kill to keep McDonald's in fucking business? You see what I mean?
So, Jules, you're about to depress me, bro.
So, Jules, when you're using your phone, can you feel the 5 cents an hour they're paying those little kids?
Yeah, I can hear them in the back.
Oh God, I can hear them being whipped.
No mames, güey. No mames, güey.
I can hear them.
Cállate, cabrón, que es verdad.
You just gotta turn the music up louder.
It's like a seashell, bro. If you put it to your ear, you can hear it. You can hear the bondage
screaming.
You can hear them complain in Thailand, in Chinese, right?
And the shit is, they'll get mad. People will get mad at me for reminding them you're a part of this. They don't want you. They don't want to. Everybody want to feel like they the hero in the story and the main character. What they don't want to hear is, you know, that you're a party to a lot of these things you claim to be against. Now that it's been brought to your attention, we'll see. Don't interrupt me. We'll see how much you believe in that shit you're saying. And I promise you, you don't believe in that shit. Because if you did, you would have to live your life very differently than what you're doing. You are a party to all these things you claim to stand against. These modern comforts you have, I say it every fucking day, 3 times on Sunday. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Everything costs something. Everything, the computer, the tablet, the phone, the t-shirt, the pots, the pans, the drugs, the food, it all costs something. It comes from somewhere. It's easy to sit around and not think about these things and virtue signal, when in reality, no, you're a part of the problem, because the system itself is the problem. The way it shouldn't be this way. Everybody should have access to everything because we have enough for everybody. They set it up to where we got to fight each other to get it.
The Amish
There's
are the
enough
only
food.
ones who
I'm
are-
whooping your ass, Jules, for that steak.
Not if you get shot first.
You guys,
Ahí no te gustó, ¿verdad?
No, everybody say
You guys
hi to
ever
Lady
watch The
Chan.
Dictator?
Everybody say hi to Lady Chan. She
Lady
just dropped off.
Chan.
Let me.
What's up, prima?
It's probably because of the last shit y'all said.
You know what I'm saying? Now
You
I'm gonna
got
smoke a
real.
cigarette. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back.
Damn, she did quick.
Nah, I'm
Fucking liar. You ain't gonna
She
smoke
didn't
a
want to hear
cigarette.
y'all, man.
Yeah.
Fucking liar.
Politics is like sex. You
Yeah,
have to
she
go
saw
smoke
the-
a cigarette afterwards.
She saw the Diddy stickers from Jules, and she got scared.
She said, "Oh shit!"
Oh god, Guitar Man's back.
Oh my
Oh
god.
shit!
Cabrón, La Bamba. What the fuck?
Cachateame, mamá.
Is that Leo?
Yeah, he's trying to play. He's trying to play bachata. Nah.
Hey, what's
you
this?
know about the
boxing
local. Give me
channel
some
at one
chon
point?
chon.
Bro, I'm telling you, that was the funniest shit I seen all day. You just see fucking White out, fucking Big Gay out in the fucking line. He's like, oh, there's a little ray of sunshine and all that darkness. Like, this is Trump looking at the South Americans.
Like, I'm gonna wipe that.
I was like, oh my god, that's fucking
Yo,
hilarious.
this
I'm
guy's
gonna
a
wipe that fucking face off you, you chicken shit motherfucker.
what?
I want my pork chop, puerco.
Oh yeah, he's like, want chip.
Well, I can wait, baby.
Only Texas barbecue.
Orale bonafide. So fine comb
Somebody
you got.
comb you got.
That was
one of my
hilarious.
You shoot one of my bitches.
Man,
better watch your
do
mouth,
any of y'all right now have that movie in y'all's crib?
Bro, I have
Yeah.
it on DVD and I watch
Hey.
it on Hulu at least once a month.
Hey, you didn't even say.
if you-
You didn't
y'all
even say the
lucky.
best line. I don't want his
If you're
pork chop. I want his life.
Oh yeah.
That's not the
Hey,
best
if you're
line. The
Me-
best
Want
line
this
is,
slave?
"Hey, white
Mexican?
bitch, give me some chon chon."
If you're Mexican like I am, we fucking did everyone dirty, bro. But I guess that's what we had to do to get power.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
hey, listen, a huevo. Pues we have to do what we have to do, vato.
You know?
As fucking El
just
Gallo
want-
Negro
you just
says,
wanted to
life's
be
a
like
risk,
you.
carnal.
We just
Yeah,
wanted to be
yo.
like USA.
Yeah,
El
you know
gallo
complaining when you eating
negro.
you know complaining when you eating the carnitas, huh? Ese,
No, for real.
I have to come for somewhere,
That movie's a
ese.
fucking classic, man.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Get up, Chicky,
yeah.
get up.
Oh, El Gallo Negro.
Somebody was like,
Yeah.
the realest character in the
puntos,
whole movie
ese.
was Chucky, because when Chucky got up, shit got real. Get up, Chucky, get up. Everybody fucking froze.
Damn, man, y'all literally haven't talked boxing for almost about an hour.
Hey,
What the fuck's boxing?
Hey,
Yeah,
Clavo.
no.
I was
El
wondering
gallo-
when he was
el gallo
gonna chime in.
Hey,
El
Clavo.
gallo negro. El gallo negro
Hey,
is the boxing.
Clavo. So does IBFP finally know about Mirage making his little video?
Nah, you know what? I forgot to tell him, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't even. I forgot all about that shit, to be honest.
Mirage made a
Bro,
video.
you're not alone, dog. Cause like I've been meaning to go watch his videos for like a month, and I keep forgetting that dude exists.
Yeah, nah, I already seen them all. He's got like 3 or 4 of them on Ring IQ.
Yeah.
No, see that was whenever I saw that he had his own channel and started making his own shit. But I
But
keep
he's
forgetting
just-
to look at him.
He's basically all he does is just hate and up Benavidez and hate on Canelo. He
No,
hates
see,
on
and that's
Jules.
exactly why I haven't, because I already know what to expect.
Yeah, I mean it's just basically him striking back at all the people who like clowned him and body bagged him.
Yeah, it's kind of
live.
like watching a Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson fight. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
do I want to? I kind of know what's gonna happen.
Well, I can thank him
Anyone
for him
actually-
putting me out there. I appreciate you, Mirage. If you're listening, which you might be in the chat, bullshit, and playing with your dick. I appreciate you, bro. You put me on one of your
gooning in the
videos.
chat, bro. He's gooning in the chat.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can't see the chat right now.
Well, no, you gotta say David Benavidez 3 times in a row in an Australian accent.
No one say it. No one say
Yeah,
it.
then he pops out.
David Benavides. I'm looking in the
I don't know why,
shadows.
it just reminds me of South Park when you gotta say Biggie Smalls 3 times in the mirror and he'll come out and
Oh,
put
yeah.
the cap in your ass.
Hey, but he says Benavides. He says Benavides.
Benavides.
Nah,
Like David.
Nah, I think that's not. That's Kiwi that does it like that.
The monster.
That's Kiwi that does it like that.
The monster.
The Manzica monster.
The one they call a Timu Mirage.
Oh, Fight Sports Talk, man. I think that dude blocked me on Instagram because I tagged him in that post when I asked him if he's halfway in his mom or halfway inside of his dad.
That's
how does he get
fucked
out?
up.
Does he back up or does he go forward? And I think he blocked me, man.
He was like,
Why would you? Damn way, you harsh as fuck.
We were all
Hey,
asking
Bravo.
crazy shit. I just so happened to ask the craziest
Bravo.
one. Don't look at me.
Kept told me I'm
Bravo, what about fucking Ashy
yeah,
Knuckles?
cool.
Man, Ashley, that's the way. Something's wrong with him upstairs, way because.
Oh yeah, I brought that dude up on the last live. Wait, tell him about him.
But bro, the contradictions, the fucking dumbass questions to evade all the answers. And also, bro, when you make him mad, bro, the real person comes out. Even the real, he actually went ahead and he fucked himself and put out a racial slur. Now, granted that the dumb fuck said it to the dumb fuck said the word to the wrong person, basically saying that his back ain't wet. But he said, he said that to Preem. But he said that to Preem, and Preem ain't Mexican. That term is only used to the Mexicanos.
Clavo, who said that?
Ashley said that to Supreme when Supreme was doing that. You're emotional.
Oh yeah. That's just funny, dog.
That was, bro. I was. Man,
No, I was telling him how he went off on fucking Fight Sports Talk because Fight Sports Talk was asking him like, well, who's Benavidez gonna fight then? Because Yard and Smith are busy, and he called him a channel hopping hoe. But I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, how the fuck would you know if you're not one too, bitch?
Exactly. But bro,
that's why I
dude
can't get on that panel, bro. I would hurt his feelings, for real.
Well, that's why you need to get on the panel. That's why I get on it to hurt his feelings. Yeah, and I always succeed.
Nah, hey, listen, bro. That motherfucker gives
Hey,
me
what's
high
up,
blood
guys?
pressure. I'm only 26.
Is that who I think it is?
That's Don, yo.
You
know what I'm saying?
There he is. Look, there
Yo,
he is.
Virtuoso, you got them downsized, bro. I had to choose between you and Chan, and I chose Chan.
Dang,
Oh, we love
Virtuoso.
Virtuoso. Sorry, Virtuoso.
Hey.
Love Virtuoso. Virtuoso's my guy, though.
But yeah, like
Hey, guys.
the whole America is evil shit. It killed me because I'm like, look, I've been on your planet for 500 years. America is no more evil than the UK. The UK is no more evil than Italy. Italy is no more evil. If we're evil, then so are they. But guess what? The guys on the other side of us that want to, do whatever they want to do with us, they evil too. We all evil. You see what I mean? So
Hey, but yours, we could do better.
What, be more evil?
Planet. He's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero.
Listen, Trump's running you lot down to the ground. Don't worry about good old UK. At least if you need healthcare, it's free over here, right? Listen, the UK's got its issues, but it's also got its benefits. And we're all evil, but there's safe evil. You guys are not even safe.
Your problems. No. See, and this is what I mean. This is how the people above us put us against each other. Chan, you just had
we're allies.
No, listen to me. Hear me out. Your problems are different than ours. That's all it is. And they use the differences to confuse people. So you got people in America that look at your border situation and say, "Oh man,
it's crazy. It's crazy."
Now, hear me out. They'll say, "Oh man, that border situation is fucked. Ours is better." But then you got people in the UK that are gonna look over here and say, "Oh man, look at their healthcare situation. They're fucked." You see what I mean? And this is how they move the pieces on the board. Your problems are different than our problems, but we all got problems.
But do you know what? But yeah, we've all got problems. But do you know what the shame about America is that you guys can afford to give everyone free healthcare, and they just choose not to. It's not that you can't.
Chin. Here's the thing: you can't just compartmentalize it to America. The whole world, all of it, the ones who get along with us and the ones who don't, can afford to feed and house all their starving. They can afford to take care of all their sick. They all can. It's not just us. They all can.
No, but you're not first
listen
world.
to me. No. The world doesn't want to. The world will sell itself out in a fucking heartbeat. That's the point I'm making. America is no more evil than Russia
No,
is.
it's not evil. But what other countries? What other countries can give their country free healthcare?
China.
I don't even know their policies on healthcare. What's their policy? It's not free.
I mentioned
they're communist, so it
China.
doesn't matter.
You can't even get on porn in China.
No, hold on. Now, I mentioned China. The reason I mentioned China is because you have arguably the largest workforce in the world, if not one of the largest workforces in the world. That if that were your focus and that were your goal and that were really what everybody wants, right? Then it would happen. The reason these things don't happen, it all starts with a very simple thing. It's one of the oldest sins in the book, and that is greed. There is always someone who wants more than Chan. There is always someone who wants to have more pieces of bread than me. There is always someone who wants more steak than real talk. And that person is what creates the snowball effect that makes the world the way it is.
So why hasn't America got free healthcare? Why haven't they got
America doesn't, the people in America, the ones in power, these Americans, right? Because you can't think of them as being aliens. They're Americans, just like me and everybody else on the panel. There are Americans who do not want free healthcare for all of us because they want money more than free healthcare. They want money. Yeah. They make more money when it's privatized. No.
We have both. We have free healthcare and we can have private.
There are people in America who don't want more government. Now, they view universal healthcare as being socialist. More government.
Yeah,
there are people, not all of them, not everyone, granted, but that's the argument that I've heard made. That's the argument that I've heard made. Now, those are the people on the ground. The people that are in charge, that are supposed to be acting in our best interests as a nation, they don't want us to have free healthcare because they like having money. They like having money. We had this conversation about boxing the other day on another live. Why is boxing so crooked that we're in 2025 and they still don't have instant replay? Boxing is still riddled with the same problems that it had 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, and we're in 2025 and I said boxing doesn't want to change so that it can justify its crooked shit.
The crooked
shit. That's they want it to be like, and this is what I mean when I say that we can all change. Of course it could always be better. There are people who don't want it to be. That's why it's the way it is. That they don't want it to be better. They want it to stay this way because they specifically benefit. The people that benefit from all the crooked fucked up shit, they're the ones who don't want it to be better. It could be better. They don't want it to be.
Saying they, but he's talking about his own alien race.
We could still be crooked and have free healthcare. Be like England. The UK is still crooked and still has free healthcare. You can do both.
Look, you're saying the UK is crooked, but they still have free healthcare because you're compartmentalizing one thing. You're compartmentalizing one thing that you feel that you have over us, right?
No, just over. Yeah, well, not over you.
You feel that you're but that better that your healthcare system is better than ours. This is the argument that I'm hearing. That's the way I'm taking it.
No, because I wouldn't say our healthcare system. I have it over than Brazil because I know that.
But I'm not from Brazil. I'm saying
I know, but I'm just saying certain countries don't have the infrastructure to be able to do it or the money to do it. I'm just saying that America does.
And what I'm saying is, while to someone, an individual, taking into account what they're saying, that the UK has a better healthcare system, better infrastructure for healthcare than America, where it's privatized and it's basically a business, which is true, all true, right? Where you have that advantage, we have the advantage of a secure border. We don't have the problem that some people, not all, because some people complain about it and some people don't. But the problems that are going on in London that I keep hearing about, that I keep seeing people complaining about, and that people are supposedly getting arrested for complaining about, we don't have that problem.
But we can still go to the doctor for free and have medical. It doesn't matter. Like it's one or everyone come over the border. It doesn't stop us from having free healthcare.
No, but eventually it will. You're saying that because you're in a state right now where it hasn't hit capacity yet. But
it's never going to hit capacity.
The UK,
it gets strained, but it never. It's never going to be
it costs money to do this.
It gets strained, but it's never going to be taken away.
It absolutely will, because the caveat of universal health care while free, if you're accommodating everyone for free, I imagine that the wait list is long, because that's what I heard about Canada. And I read about people in Canada that
sometimes
they
the waiting
actually,
list is long.
now I read about a woman in Canada who needed cancer treatments. And the only reason she was able to get the cancer treatments in time to beat the cancer was because she came to America. Because while she was waiting in the UK, while she was waiting, not the UK, she was waiting in Canada, you know, going through the channels, doing what you're supposed to do. The wait list was long. Whereas
That
in
might be
America,
different. Yeah, you see that.
in America, in America, it's different. So
we
all
have
I'm saying is,
have prioritized like those illnesses that will jump you up the list, and cancer is one of them.
and all
I don't know
I'm
about
telling you,
Canada.
well, all I'm telling you is where you can look at your healthcare system and say, well, our healthcare situation is at least better than America's, who's many times bigger than we are. Americans are looking at your border situation and your refugee situation and saying, yeah, that won't be us.
Yeah, well, I'll take that to still be able to go to the doctor and still have surgery for free.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you if I didn't hear stories about women being killed by people who were here illegally. There's no fixing that. There's no cure for that.
Where you are? Or where I am?
Yes, where I am, because there are young women. The stories are all over the place about women who were raped, pardon me, and killed by people who were not supposed to be here.
But there's women that are raped and killed by Americans anyway. Right. So like, don't try and make it that it's like that. The immigrants are the majority of doing it.
That doesn't change that. That doesn't change that, because I'm talking about the individual. You're superimposing it to everything when I'm saying that if Lady X is assaulted and, you know, bad things happen, there's no fixing what just happened to her. There's no get back. So when America locks up its border and says, you know what, we're not taking in refugees from Venezuela
women
anymore.
still get raped by Americans. Let's talk about in majorities, not talk about in minorities. The majority of rapes that happen in the United States of America are by Americans on Americans. Let's not try and make it that it's the immigrants. The numbers, you can't say the minority is the majority.
Chan, there's 10
Sorry,
people
I
in the
finished.
chat.
Go ahead.
Chan, there's 10 people.
Yeah,
you gotta let them talk.
Finished. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Who was trying to talk?
Now no one's talking.
No, I'm just saying, like, could we like watch the language? That'd be cool.
Oh, well, I was gonna say was, well, you believe that your healthcare system is better than ours. Here's the thing, and I'm just gonna. No, well, that's awesome. But if you get in trouble, who's gonna save you?
You're our allies.
You know the answer. You know, no.
We don't want you to fail. We want you to win.
No. It's simple. For all the flaws that Europeans like to point out about America, you're relying on us to fight the Russians because you can't.
You heard me?
You
the
can't.
Russians aren't trying to really attack us, though, are they?
Humans. Well, I mean, if the thing, I mean, if the situation in the Ukraine were to escalate, and I'm not hoping that it does, but the UK is just as much a part of that situation as we are. They gave the Ukraine money. Germany gave the Ukraine money.
We borrowed them. You lot gave. We borrowed.
But either way, you're trying to find exceptions to the same thing. That they're a party to this thing too. They are. And if Russia were to attack one of the allies, whether it's you or Germany or which is the other one, Poland, if they were to attack any of them, who is everybody going to call on? It's not
Big
the
Daddy
UK.
America. Big Daddy
well, when you guys fight,
and we're not even
that's
over
why we're
there.
allies. So if you fight in the war, we have to come over. If we fight in the war, we're allies.
And how many? So if we
You've got
get
the
into
best military, you have.
If I know. We have the best. That's what we do with our resources. So for all the people who like to point out how America has all these flaws, these are the same people that are relying on us to fight their battles.
I don't think anybody's saying that America.
When times get hard.
No, I don't think. Well, I'm not one of the people that are saying America's got all these flaws. I'm saying that we've all got flaws, but there's some things.
No, now you're saying what I said earlier. That
no,
we all
we've all
have
got flaws.
We all have flaws.
But there's some things that we can
earlier.
offset. But I didn't say America's evil. I don't know. That's not coming from my mouth.
But this is the thing. I said that they're all evil. Us, you,
yeah,
Italy,
I agree.
I think they're all. I think the whole world is
both
evil.
Pretty, okay?
And suck a dick.
Right.
And my argument has always been that the fact of the matter is the scourges that plague mankind, whether it's poverty, famine, homelessness, they could have fixed them a long time ago. There's enough for everyone. The reason they don't, the reason they never have, and they
They don't
never
wanna.
will, is because they're greedy. It's
The
not that
wars
you
are
can't.
profitable.
It's not that you can't fix it. It's that literally they don't want to. Just like boxing. Boxing is the ultimate microcosm for life. Could boxing have instant replay? Of course. Could boxing have better and more consistent officiating and judging? Of course. Why doesn't it? Because the people in boxing don't really want that. Devin Haney wants his victory.
Oh, God.
Devin wants his victory over Jose Ramirez. But how could Devin get a victory doing the same thing that William Skull lost doing? They fought the same fight. Now, a couple of judges over there are telling you, well, William lost. Judges in Devin's fight are telling him, no, Devin won. Y'all did the same shit. Boxing doesn't want to be consistent on purpose. It doesn't want to be consistent. If you all sat down and decided, look, this is how we're doing this thing. We're going to set a parameter and all this shit. It would be consistent. If it doesn't happen, it's like anything else. It's because you don't want it to happen.
What
You want
don't
it to be
change, you
this way.
choose.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
stealing
you-
that. I'm getting that tattooed on my titty. What you don't change, you choose,
No.
motherfucker.
Single
want
women
you
put
to
that on
win.
their mirrors. That's where
I'm
I got
gonna
it
put
from.
that above my ass crack.
I got it from a
Hey,
single
hey,
bitch's
but-
mirror, and I was
I
like,
just
damn,
would.
you
I
really
just think
single.
it would be amazing if everybody in America had free healthcare. That's all.
I
think
think it'd be
it would
amazing
I
if
mean,
you
I
could
think
walk
it'd
the
be
streets of
amazing
London
if
without getting
fucking
stabbed.
Sydney Sweeney let me rub her
Yeah.
titty,
You don't
but
go.
I mean,
You don't go. You don't really go through the streets of London like getting stabbed. It looks. We do have a stabbing
I mean,
problem.
Amir Khan
We
did
do.
just get robbed, didn't he?
Did he? Oh God! For the second time. For the second time. Oh
Did they
God!
punch him
Even
in
the
the
Khan
jaw?
Sounds like a real safe place over there.
Oh God!
Did they
Luis,
punch him
And
in
me
the
saying that
jaw?
I wish
free
America
healthcare
had
with all the
free
stabbings you
healthcare.
got going on.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah, but then
here's
when we get stabbed,
here's a
when we get stabbed,
here's
we
a
can get.
sexy,
but
sexy
Joel, seriously
message.
though.
All right, no,
Hold
no,
on.
seriously, I'm trying to talk. There's a sexy message of peace from Luis. Chan, my friend, and Kiwi is down to fuck if you're down. That's Luis saying that. Shout out to Luis.
Kiwi is Fight Sports Talk, that man with that sexy voice down there.
He wants to fuck Kiwi is what it is. He wants to fuck him.
He's got
Domo
that
said
sexy New
Antarctica
Zealander.
ain't evil. No, but it's cold, and I can't tolerate the cold. HC
Yeah,
said
no,
free
it's evil
healthcare.
because it's cold.
Oh, okay. This one is for Chan. HC said free healthcare doesn't work, Chan. When is the last time you tried to make an appointment with your general practitioner, your general doctor? The NHS is failing here. Oh, he's in the UK. He's in the UK.
Okay, I made an
I don't
appointment
know.
with my doctor. I'm going there next week. It's a bank holiday on Monday. I'm
What are you
going
getting
there
checked
on
out,
Tuesday.
Chan? What's going on? Are you all right?
You get your smear test. You know, you get your little gyno. You get your pap smear. You know, yeah. I don't know. And it's also based on boroughs. Some boroughs are a bit better with their GP service than others in London as well.
I maintain. I've had a lot of conversations about this. People don't like when I say this, but because I'm a God-fearing Christian and because I believe in the story of Adam and Eve, I've always maintained that the way that the world operates is not the way that it was intended to operate. We were not intended to be fighting each other over resources. We were not intended to erect buildings and develop all this infrastructure that relies on a bartering system, because there will always be inequity and inadequacies, always, so long as you're relying on a bartering system. Now, if you were bowing to a higher power, which people don't want to do because they believe that the people now believe they are God. It's insanity. Like, yeah, well, when you think that way, then yeah, it's always going to be this way. It will always be this way. There's no fixing it, because you can't rely on a system that a man built. You can't. There's always going to be inadequacies.
There is going to be problems, man-made. When someone
Jules.
says the NHS is failing here, but he still has the opportunity. He still has the opportunity to still go to the doctor. He's still got that. He's still got the opportunity to go.
Daz Beats says that the NHS is rubbish.
It's rubbish, and they still use it.
I'm not over there,
And they
so
still
I can't
use.
talk.
And
I
they
can't
still
talk about
use
the
it.
NHS.
And they still use it, though.
Chan, do you have this idea that if you go to the hospital and you don't fork over money immediately, they say, get the fuck out? Because that's not what happens.
Where in America? I grew up in New York.
They heal you.
You have to
and they
do
give you a big ass
copay. You
fucking
got
bill.
They'll
copay.
bill you.
You got copay. They'll bill you. You got to do copay. You got to pay something towards it. Yeah.
But they'll heal you.
And there's a lot of people that can't afford the copay, so they can't even get the antibiotics. They'll get an IV fluid in your hospitals, and then they'll be released because they can't afford anything going further. So they'll die of stupid things like a kidney infection or a bladder infection. I've seen it happen millions
Hold
of
on,
times.
Peter said I was born in a I was born in communist country.
Oh my God.
Mama and Papa had to wait in
I
line.
was born in Mother Russia.
Can I do the fucking accent or what? See, now I can't even fucking do it. Nobody appreciates. No, I can't fucking do it. The moment is gone. Nobody appreciates the opportunity to complete the success. Nobody appreciates the opportunity to compete for success more than people who have lived under authoritarian. Fuck, I'm old. Shit, it's a long word.
He's got a point.
Authoritarianism.
We don't know what it's like not to
Say
be
it
able
again,
to
Jason?
have.
Authoritarianism. Authoritarianism.
Fuck you, Jason.
Authoritarianism.
That's right. I went to college. I got an education.
Alex
Authoritarianism.
It's a lot of syllables, okay? A lot of
that's a long
cooch.
word.
And the tip of my tongue is a little bit numb, okay? Jesus.
Oh, God.
Stop eating your wife's ass out.
Yeah, it's true what he's saying, though. When you go to a communist country, you realize how lucky we are.
Yeah, but a lot of people interpret, and once again, that doesn't mean that they're right, but I've seen many Americans interpret, a universal healthcare system as being socialist and more government. There are Americans who, for whatever reason, they don't want more government being a part of their lives, and they sort of equate the United States to being able to do your own thing, that those are the principles that founded this country, that the people that came over here to this land came over here to get away from big government, which was, the UK, well, not the UK, but England, the Brits, that basically that's the underlying principle of America, which is what has worked for it, that, you do your own thing. So, the way I look at it, it doesn't matter how you package it, how you phrase it, so long as a man made it, it will fail. Very simple. It doesn't matter.
It's almost
what it is.
like we got away from those people to be different from them, and they're making fun of us for being different from them.
Yeah, like and England has a great. I choose to look at the positive things. Everybody tends to look at the negative things. I look at the positive. England has a great history. Bad things in there. But it's got a great history, great culture. They did their thing. That small speck, that fucking little island was kicking so much ass. Yeah, I respect that shit. Like, they're kicking a lot of ass.
I like our history lessons, because we've got a lot of history going back. It's not. I'm not talking about black people, just pure Brits. It goes back thousands of
Brits
years.
like me and you, Chan. Just Brits like me and you.
Us. Just Canadians.
Not those fucking Americans like Virtuoso.
Yo, they could go west, so they went east and they took that fucking shit over, bro.
Yeah, like they did their thing. The Vikings, I like history, like the Vikings. They were all over the place, man. They were all over the place, those fucking Vikings. It's a beautiful thing, but people choose to look at the bad. And the way I rationalize all this stuff you see in the world, look, it's very simple. Don't overcomplicate it with the specifics and the details. It's very simple. So long as a man made it, it'll fail. Sooner or later, it'll fail. Because you're not supposed to be
good anymore that we can talk about. That's why it's sad with the whole entire world. The good things are getting less and less to speak about. So that's why I think we're talking about the bad more.
It's all built. The problem is that it's all built on the back of infrastructure it has an expiration date. Everything that man makes is built on the principle of expanse. But the world is not getting bigger. There is not more land. They don't believe in harmony. Greedy people always want more and more, and that's how they design their systems, so that they can have more and more, even though there's not more land. There's not more this, there's not more that. You got an entire infrastructure all around the world that relies on fossil fuels that one day are going to be bone dry. What happens? They don't know, but it doesn't stop them.
You see what happened in Africa the other day? No. They found like $3 trillion worth of gold.
I'm literally sending soldiers there right now. That is our shit as of today.
They found $3 trillion worth of gold. Wow.
Jules, it's like
Yeah,
you said though, everything has an expiration date. Like,
Wow.
what's
Not
the
Africa,
thing?
clearly.
What's the thing they always say? Like, oh, the example they always use: the guy in the desert comes across this worn down pillar, and he just reads in the description, "I am Sargon of Akkad. Look on my works, ye mighty, in despair." And he's just a bunch. It's just a barren desert all around. Everything dies.
But
Everything
evolution
dies.
is also important. There's just pros and
I
cons
don't,
in
Jen.
everything.
I'll be honest with you that evolution as a theory, evolution as a theory was founded by some of the most narcissistic and egotistical people that ever walked this planet, because like the idea.
He would know. He had personal conversations with them.
I was there, dog. I was there. But I used to, when I was young, I used to believe in the theory of evolution because it very much is a theory. It's not a fact. It's a postulation. And they never reconciled, well, where is the link? You know, in the 80s, you heard a lot about the missing link, the Sasquatch, right? That's supposed to be the link between us and Neanderthals and Cro-Magnon man and all these different things.
I wasn't talking about that type of evolution.
Oh, you mean, then you mean progression?
Yeah, I think progression, things evolve, like just even not just talking about as human beings, just as cultures, as people migrating. We need
I would
that.
say this, Chin. I would no. I would say this, Chin.
Mhm.
I would say this. I see where you're coming. I see from where you're coming at it, right? But to a higher consciousness like mine, very important. I get invited to all the parties in all the solar systems. If you're outside looking in at Earth, nothing changed. Just the colors, but nothing changed. Everything is still the same. They're still fighting for land. They're still fighting for resources. Greedy people are still doing things to stay greedy and stay in power. It's the same story over and over.
We live longer. We have
I don't know how true that is.
technology.
I don't know how true that is. I cannot say that
Well,
we
you know-
live longer. I cannot
Well,
say that.
150 years ago, like we would have died with the throat from a throat infection.
Chen, granted that 150 years ago that may have been true, but before that, we don't know how long people were living because they didn't have illnesses that were the byproduct of, say, smoking tobacco or processed foods or steroids in the food. It's just very narcissistic from this vantage point, which is a limited one for me, like it's a limited one for you. It's very narcissistic to think that in the whole of history we figured it all out, and now, yeah, we're better. I don't know that. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Are you better than if you lived in 1898 with a throat infection?
But what about before that? See, look at the people that live the longest on the planet today, right? Look at them. That's the Japanese and many of the Asians. These are people that live longer than everybody on average, because I checked on the spaceship. And the way that they live longer than all of us, than me, than you, they don't eat the things that we eat. They're eating a diet that is more semblant of before, without the modern comforts, without all the MSG, the mayonnaise, the steroids in the chicken.
So they don't get chest infections naturally, just chest infections.
Well, I mean, I don't think everybody over there is getting chest infections. They
But
live
when
longer. They remember, they live longer than we do. So I wouldn't worry about their health to worry about chest infections because they're literally living longer than we are.
Yeah, because they've
so much
also
so
got
that
modern
they don't even
medicine.
know the meaning of the word diabetes over there.
Yeah, they do. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, they do. It's maybe not in the masses, but they do. They do.
That's what I mean. Like not in the masses, because like like they don't have.
You know what's crazy though?
Yeah, because they don't have like a culture of like eating the way we do. That's for
If
sure.
you look, in my many travels along your small blue planet, it's not even that big. Jupiter's much bigger and nicer, and the titties are bigger. And
they just hang lower.
They hang low. I like dog nose.
Yeah, all the men's got titties and yeah.
They have titties too. They do, but they have 3 nipples instead of just 2 on each titty. The way that the Japanese.
Yo, listen, Jules, you've been watching too much Total Recall.
She got fucking mad. She got fucking mad. She's such a fucking loser, you all. Check it out. If you look at the way that they prepare their food, their portion sizes, it's all embedded in their culture that they literally don't even eat the way that we do. Like it's here, pig out, bro. Fuck
Neither
it.
do we. We eat
out.
small portions as well.
Whereas,
ours is regulated.
don't tell that to Johnny Fish's dad, because he didn't get that way by himself.
Bosh.
I know.
Bosh. The Japanese, they do portion sizes, and these are very moderate portion sizes, and that shows that it's embedded in their culture that they're not just, you know, in that particular aspect at least, they're not gorging, they're not indulgent, they're not as gluttonous as we are. That's a flaw, that's a character flaw that we have, at least America. As a nation, it's built on expense. Like, if you want a bucket, a bucket of chicken for you, go ahead, bro.
I know. The sizes that you guys have is fucking crazy. It's wild, but it's fun.
Hey, Jules.
It's fun though.
Jules, going back to what you said about evolution. Around the same time that evolution was being, when Darwin was creating that theory, they started discovering dinosaur bones, and then all of a sudden, everywhere they were fucking finding all these fucking dinosaur bones, and apparently they say that they were somehow like connected or to help.
I'll tell you. Look, I'll tell you what they did, because I read a lot about this. They found stuff. The real explanation. They found stuff, and based on what little they knew, they postulated, and then they found more stuff, and they postulated again. And then they found more stuff. And they postulated again. Because in Peru, there is a place, there is a pyramid, I think it is. I think it's a pyramid. And along the side of it, where initially, this is why I don't really like to go off of what they say. I like to go off of my own common sense. They used to say that the dinosaurs lived in a completely different period than mankind. They did not coexist in the same time frame. You fast forward to this pyramid, I believe it's in Peru. It's either Peru or Venezuela. It's one of them. There's literally a diagram of a man next to a fully skinned stegosaurus. Fully skinned. Like whoever carved this knew what this creature looked like. Whatever we want to call it. The point that I'm making is that modern science seems to rely on the presupposition that because this is the only data that you have, this is the only data that exists. And if you try to go against that with a nuanced idea, they call you a crazy person. Like they did Galileo. Galileo proposed that we are not the center of the universe, that Venus is not a star, and for that they locked his ass up. For that.
Science.
Now, I'm of the opinion, based on what I know about things and how they happen, I'm of the opinion, and it's already proven, like, I already thought that before they found out.
Yeah, me
the Earth
too.
is the Earth is older than they know. That's one. The Earth is a lot older than they know. That's the first thing. The second thing is that there were species of creatures on this planet that are not living today, like the dodo bird, that might also apply to, let's say, creatures like us. There might have been different kinds of people. Maybe they were bigger. Maybe they were giants. You never know. Because what the scientists like to tell you is, the planet was hotter before, and there is proof. Well, you know what happens when it's hotter? Everything is bigger. Literally, everything is bigger. Go to any rainforest. The bugs are bigger.
The bugs are bigger.
Everything is bigger when it's hotter. So you're telling me that thousands of years ago, the planet was hotter. That tells me that you know what? Maybe the people were bigger. Maybe they were
it does
different.
say somewhere in history that there was giants.
Look at Gigantopithecus. That was an ape that was Bigfoot-like and was like 10 to 12 feet tall, but it's no longer around today. But
and how many country? You're old enough to remember when the dodo bird went extinct, right? Because I remember that. No, that's not a joke. No, that's not a joke. Like.
No, it's actually true because he went out hunting with Bob Arum.
Shut the fuck up. That was a thing. That was a thing. Just like the last, I think the last white rhino went extinct. What was it? A couple of years ago, right? The last one died
by the pandemic. Yeah.
Right. So we know for a fact that there are animal species that we have seen that are eliminated. They're gone. Now, history has only really been recorded to an extent, and a certain way, really. They're only stories that pertain to us. They don't pertain to every animal species that ever existed.
Exactly.
History has only been recorded to a certain point. Weather has only been recorded to a certain point, which is why I never believed in global warming. It could be cyclical. For all I know, it could be cyclical. That sometimes it gets hotter, sometimes it gets colder, but it's all part of a system.
Yeah.
And the problem that I have with a lot of the stuff that they push is you act like because this is all you know now, this is all there is,
That
and
is
then you
everything.
find something else, and well, this
Crazy.
is in opposition of that, so I guess we gotta, you gotta rewrite all the fucking textbooks. Yeah.
You
So
got
the
to keep
whole
writing. Yeah.
so Darwinism, his theory of evolution, I'm sorry, but the older I get, I don't believe you. I think you just went with something that sound good, that reconciled the little bit of data that you had at that time. Because a lot of time has happened, a lot of time has passed since then, and we're finding out new things, and we still don't have a link to this ape that you say we came from.
I mean,
we don't have
I mean,
it.
do you know? So Julius, you know where he got the idea from, right?
Where do you get it from?
So he got it from his dad, but the thing is, his dad admitted himself that he got that idea out of his ass. So the thing is,
Okay.
no,
his ass was.
No, the thing is,
I just took it out of my ass.
no, there is something called the Cambrian period, which is discover all the animals fully formed.
I was there.
Yeah. So it debunkles.
Up, bro.
And he was
So
smoking a cigarette while he was
So
there too.
there is two things that actually disprove the crazy ass Darwin theory, which is the rules of thermodynamics, which if you understand, everything over time just gets worse, not better.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And and like the first thing that. Okay, go ahead.
No, sorry, I'm just adding. I'm agreeing.
My question is why?
You know what? You know what?
So like when
Wait, go ahead, Jose. Go ahead, Jose.
So the Cambrian period pretty much established that they find all animals fully formed. So which means it buckles the evolution theory, because a lot of the things that were found, they just discovered they were just the same animal, but just like in a different time. Like some of those animals that I said like they were like dinosaurs that was actually discovered, they were just gigantic birds. So
like here's the thing. It is proven that animal species. I read about a study. An animal species, a certain type of bird was put in an island where the food source was a particular size. So the animal species of bird's beak eventually started to grow in accordance with the size of the food, right? That things can change and acclimatize to the environment that they're in. They can adapt. But Darwin's whole thing about we came from I don't believe you, bro. I'm sorry, I don't believe you.
You know, some animals that they thought were extinct, like the coelacanth, which was a type of fish, they're actually still around. And and then to top it off, modern day scientists are working on trying to bring some of these extinct animals back to life.
Mexican killer said Mexican killer said he's worked with not one but 3 guys who had 3 nipples.
No, 2 guys that had 3
first off, you said 2 guys.
But were they
2 girls that had 1 cup.
He said 2 guys.
But you know what? They did that. They cloned a pair of what they said were dire wolves, but I guess they mixed.
Yeah, they made them, didn't they, country? The white wolves.
Yep. They sure did.
Well, whatever animal better be have evolved from, we need to get more of those in bodies.
Yeah. And you know how much? And you know how much it costs the scientists to bring back these wolves, but you can't cure cancer. Stop it. We didn't need these wolves back.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I'm of the opinion.
Fully intact woolly mammoth.
We didn't need these
Don't
wolves
be
back.
surprised.
I'm of the opinion. All right, country. That's an awesome story.
Shut up, man, you fucker. Fucking Jules.
God damn, Jules.
You're unhinged today, bro.
Check it out. I'm of the opinion that they know how to cure it, because if you know what it is, right? If you know what it is specifically, it's basically an autoimmune disease. If you looked at it for what it was, like it's basically the body, it's uncontrolled cell growth.
Right.
And you have to find a way to turn it off, because what the body normally does is it kills those cells. That's what it normally does, right? So the idea that they don't know how, but they can put a satellite up there, they can reanimate a woolly mammoth. Right? They can fucking reanimate dire wolves.
They can do IVF. They can do test tube babies.
Yeah, they could grow a cock this size
on a mouse.
Nigga, I was thinking of like a fucking ear.
They can grow ears on mice and rats. Right. Right.
The idea, when I look at what they're capable of doing, and I'm thinking, you're telling me that you can't turn this off when the body already knows how. No, here's what I think. You know how to turn it off, but you don't want a certain number of people running around. This is a common theme that I keep hearing. And just because it's a pattern, well, I pay attention to it. Like, okay, there seems to be a pattern of people that think that the higher ups, the elites, don't want certain numbers of people running around. Well, why would they want that? Because if there's too many people running around, they'll lose control. How do you filter them out? Just let them die out. Just let them die out. Simple. Let them die out. We want things to be within certain levels.
Controllable.
Overpopulation is a fucking theory, bro.
Very disheartening to know that you live in a world.
It's not. I'm not telling you it's not a theory, right? I'm just telling you that there are people that believe it. Because it could be. The theory could be bullshit, but because there are people that believe it, and because there are people that have the power to implement change, however they see fit, I'm of the opinion, no, you guys know how to deal with this thing. You know how to turn it off. You just don't want everybody to have access to that.
Yeah.
Well, Bill Gates' father, I don't know what you call it, Dianetics or something, he believed that you should only be here if you serve a purpose. Otherwise, you're just a waste of
that's how I feel about Rolly, being honest. So
that's how I feel about Ryan Garcia.
That's how I feel about Mirage.
Domo said late night fossil talks. Yeah, man, it's real scientific tonight, man. It's scientific.
Yeah,
do you know why it's now? Do you know why it's scientific? See, Carl Sagan said a long time ago, the boxing will be so shit, they'll talk about science. Because the boxing is so shit in America. We gotta talk about science.
Speaking of shitty boxing, Jules. Speaking of shitty boxing, Jules. Like, are you like me hoping Kameda beats Angelo Leo? Because I'm getting sick and tired of Angelo Leo being like, no, I want the Inouye fight.
The reason Angelo Leo chapped my ass immediately. You've spent all these months Inouye, all fucking day with the bro. There's 3 champions at your weight. You could try to get your lick back with Stefan. If you can't get him in the ring, okay, go fight Rafael. You don't want to fight Rafael? Okay, who's the other guy? Who's the other guy? Fucking Nick Ball. Go fight
ain't
Nick
coming
Ball.
off a win, Leo.
He is, but it's like it's nauseating that you have all these guys at 126 that like, yo, y'all should be fighting each other, bro. Never mind that little Japanese dude that ain't moving up yet. Never mind him. Y'all need
Sounds
to
like
unify.
Brian Norman.
Fighting fucking Kameda, like Jesus Christ, you pussy.
They're doing their 168 thing before Canelo got there.
So can we say that British boxing? So can I say that British boxing is better than American boxing at the moment?
Yeah,
or
you
you
get that wholeheartedly, baby.
The thing is,
okay.
the thing is, Chantel. The thing is, Chanel. I'm old, okay? I'm fucking old, and I forgot. I knew there was I was in the right neighborhood. I just was doing the wrong street. Chanel. I already said that British boxing is way better than American boxing. By and large, it's not even close. It's not close.
Yeah, but
isn't
Canelo isn't Canelo the British Kushner? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but he's Mexican. He's not American. The point when you talk about American boxing, if we sat down and just talked about the stories that are in the American boxing scene, right? We would rarely talk about a fight.
I know. God.
Rarely. America, bro, Devin Haney versus Ryan.
Can anyone on the panel name a single fight that can happen this year between 2 Americans? That'll be big. Anyone?
It's not whether or not it can happen. It's more that can anybody here name a fight involving 2 Americans that's a good fight that is actually happening? And no, you can't. Bam versus Kafu. Bam versus Kafu is American versus guy from Africa.
Zepeda versus Shakur.
American versus you can't get the Americans to do anything, and that's the moral of this. Like, no, you really can't. That unless there's an international fighter involved, a non-American, shit don't get done, bro. Look, Gervonta Davis about to fight Jake Paul. You didn't want to go to Saudi for Devin, but you'll go to cruiserweight for Jake Paul. You a whole fucking clown.
Gay.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I think I
fucking
found
clown.
it.
I hope
I
he
think I
gets
found it.
fucked
I'm gonna
up.
throw up in the back of my mouth. Brian Norman.
Oh yeah,
versus
I saw your
Boots.
relay on that. That's a
Ugh.
joke, mate. Yeah.
Because and I forgot who it was on the panel before that said it. That I think it was Leo that said it. That he blames the media. He blames the American media for not doing their job. And I'm like, you know what? Leo is right because y'all not saying it.
There's no pressure.
Nobody answers the questions. Yeah.
Content creators is saying it. Nobody in the media is saying, yo, dog, wait a minute. You wouldn't go to Saudi for Devin. You wouldn't go to Saudi for Shakur, but you'll go to cruiserweight for Jake Paul.
Come on.
Huh?
Yeah.
Nope. Nobody say, and it's like, yo, that don't bug y'all out. And I've been saying it myself.
Because they want interviews.
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, right? All right, you could call that shit what it is. Like, yo, this is ridiculous. This is stupid. But Barrios versus Pacquiao is worse because Jake Paul is just a novice. He's just a novice. He's not a champion. Mario, you a whole champion about to fight a 46-year-old man coming off a loss that ain't fought in 3-4 years.
I got to do my news report on that for real.
That's crazy. And they not really like bent out of. It's like y'all should for being bent out of shape out of Mike, getting 40 fucking million or whatever it was to fight an influencer. This is actually worse than that shit.
Yeah, no.
Although
the same people that are hyping that fight.
They don't got the same energy they had whenever Canelo was in talks to fight.
The same people that's hyping up this bullshit ass fight, they were dumping on fucking Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Ben.
And that turned out to be a better fucking fight with a better aesthetic than the majority of fucking fights in America. The majority. It's fucking ridiculous, bro.
Although, how fucking trash is Barrios that Manny Pacquiao took a look at him and said, "Yeah, I can beat him."
Barrios better win. Barrios better just win. He has to win. Otherwise,
it doesn't even. You know what the thing is, Chan? It don't even matter who win because whoever win, they fighting Rolly. So it's still a circus. It's still a shit show. Still a shit show.
So
I'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Suleiman
if you got to choose Paul Chavez Jr.
What if Rolly goes on and keeps winning?
I'd love it for him. I don't have a problem with Rolly.
I would laugh my ass off, man.
I mean, country. What if Red Bull actually gave me wings? Like, Rolly ain't gonna keep winning, bro. Ryan just sucks.
Never know.
Yeah, Ryan just
you never
sucks,
know.
bro.
You never know.
I mean,
No. What I do
at
know
this
is
point,
he didn't know he was going to beat Ryan Garcia, did we?
by a tiny little Mexican garden gnome. He's not going nowhere.
No, I know because he's. But at the end of the day, stranger. Would you begrudge him if he did? Because at least he's putting the fucking
I'm not
work
saying
in.
I would still talk shit about him if he did his thing. Like I'm not saying I would hate on him. I'm just saying I know what you're capable of. And you got your shit pushed in by a little fucking 4'11" Mexican dude.
Yeah, but he's
but that was under that shit trainer that he had. Now that he's got who's he got now?
Bro, you could give that motherfucker Freddie Rhodes the best trainers
Yeah,
there
but
are.
he's
Rolly.
Who's
We're
he
talking
got?
about Rolly.
He got Salas now.
Ishmael Salas. That's done a world of good for him.
I don't
I'm sorry.
care. I'm gonna pull for Rolly just because if he wins, I'm gonna laugh.
I root for Rolly, man. Yeah, fuck. I root for Rolly. Sorry, let's go.
I mean, how sad is it that that's like the best? That's like the only win on Tank's resume that's like aging halfway decently.
True, because he became a. Is he a champ? Rolly was a champ. Yeah, he was.
No, it's only aging decent because he beat the guy who he beat with his previous best win.
So is he back? Is he a champ again? Is he a champ?
I think he's an interim.
He's an interim, isn't he? Yeah, he was a champ at what 140.
I think it was one. Was it 147?
No,
it was 140.
It was
140 with the old guy from Venezuela.
That was when he got that bullshit.
Yeah, we got the bullshit win.
Title was for 147, Keno.
I mean, at this point, with the momentum he has and the fucking performance that Haney had, fuck, let Rolly fuck his ass up. I don't think it will happen, but
I would like to see that Haney versus Rolly.
Beats Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney.
Oh my god!
I don't think it's a life for a week.
Let's go, Rolly. Let's go.
Imagine the money you'd make off of that if it happened and you actually.
The best part, The best part is that Devin Haney might kill himself from the sheer embarrassment. Like it's a win-win.
Do y'all see the writing on the wall though? Like, it for real feels like the Haneys are about to be like blackballed out of boxing.
Good.
Bro, no, I was starting seeing like Bill's starting to sound like desperate.
Oh, he's annoying.
Nah,
He's
it's just the
terrible.
thing is,
they're gonna start a promotional company with William Skull.
Oh God.
Runners
the
Anonymous?
Runners Union.
What is it? Track Stars United?
now the thing is, the thing is with the Haynes, man, it's just that the gig is up. We think the thing about them is just it was just a matter of time, man, until people realize they just have dual thrusters, man. Like they were actually able to get away with a whole bunch of big purses without even have like half of the value. All these pay-per-views, cutting people.
It's like Jules said that they were trying to emulate Floyd this whole time. You were always doomed to fail because the moment you can't emulate everything that Floyd is, now you're embarrassed. Now you can't even be confident within yourself and who you are and what you're
Floyd
capable
didn't
of.
lose.
Because now you're worried people aren't looking at you like the way he looked at Floyd.
Yeah,
Man,
but we never
so
looked at
glad
him like
boxing-
he was Floyd.
No, but the thing is,
that's the guy.
Obviously not. But I'm saying that's who
He
he
thinks
bases
we
his
did.
entire identity
Yeah.
off of. And when he
Yeah.
can't live up to his own idea of what he should
Yeah.
be, now he
Yeah.
feels less than himself.
Yeah.
When it's
listen,
like,
man,
no, you're not Floyd. You're like you're
You're
less
not.
than
Yeah,
Floyd.
you
always
never
been
Floyd.
someone to
Yeah.
do that.
I've been saying it for the longest, man. The count for Devin Haney, it's never been Floyd Mayweather.
Never. Never.
Oh,
Never.
his
Not
comp,
even close.
hold on, his comp always being Robert Easter Jr. That's always been his comp.
Man, I am so glad boxing fans are getting runner fatigue. I am so glad it's finally happening.
Whoa.
Here's the thing, though.
Motherfuckers out of here.
But the thing is,
Also, Bill Haney pushes racial, in my opinion, the way he talks about the Latino fan base.
Yeah, and then he's got a white wife, so you can
Support
shut up.
Haney.
the big problem is
It's like,
That's the wildest thing.
there's too many boxers that are trying to be like Floyd instead
It's
of
the
being
dads.
themselves.
That's the problem. It's
They
the
need to be themselves instead. And
Need
they're
to get
not.
rid of them fathers. Who's got the mariachi band with them in their living room?
By a second. Who the fuck playing the guitar?
What the fuck?
That's probably Leo. No, but the thing also
It's the
about
fathers that are the problems. It's the fathers.
I mean, the thing about also no, but
That's
the thing
real talk, man.
yeah, but the thing about also these guys, particularly like the Haneys, like I mean, Tank's thing is already being his gig is up as well,
Oh yeah.
so he has no other
like Tank hit a plateau, bro, and I don't think there's anywhere for him to improve.
But you guys do know that Devin Haney's wife is Mexican, right?
No,
I didn't.
No.
Yeah, she's
and Bill Haney has a white wife apparently.
Bill Haney has a white wife. Devin Haney's got his wife Mexican. Yeah. So
No,
they
like-
make no sense when they're going again when they're talking
but everybody
shit
knows
about
they're full of
everyone.
shit.
They're talking
No,
shit
everybody
about
knows it.
everyone. It's
But
crazy.
but that's exactly what I've been saying. That I think the establishment they're already they're already up to game on these two dudes. These two scammers. Because the thing is, man,
Have y'all heard
that-
Charleston White talk about Bill Haney?
Who?
Charleston White.
Oh God, I hate him.
Have you heard him talk about Bill Haney though? That's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life.
No, but
No, I
Charleston, what? But here's the thing, though. Like the funny thing is, like even if they wouldn't be like just so, two, a regular pair of dad and son combo, it wouldn't be fine. Even with all the shit that he talks, because that doesn't really bother me. Like all the things that he says or whatever the way he is, that doesn't really bother me. What it bothers me, man, it's like.
Who's having an orgasm?
Hang on, let him,
I know,
let him
Jesus.
finish.
Sean wanted to-
Let him
Yo,
finish. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
man.
ahead.
God damn.
Go ahead. Finish.
Oh my god.
No one's allowed to
shit.
finish around here.
Man, that's Buttman.
The Dark Diddy.
Let him
The Dark
finish.
Diddy.
Go ahead.
That's
I was
Buttman.
listening.
Good.
No, yeah,
I'll
like the
just
thing
read
is
the super-
like.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. The super chats first, man.
Okay, Domo said better be evolved from a Charizard. That's true because I saw
That's
it.
facts. That's facts.
That's facts. All right, Pete. Yeah, I don't want to go into that. That makes me really sad. I don't really want to go into that.
I
No,
couldn't
but yeah,
believe that.
just to finish my point, like the
Yeah.
thing is, like the obnoxious ways like Bill Haney is that doesn't really like, at least to me, doesn't really bothers me.
Mm.
And a lot of people find him funny. The thing is, it's just the scams these guys they've been trying to run, man. Like, when they open run their mouth, like, they're the best ever and shit like that, the era
The
of
Devin
this
Haney
guy,
era.
and then and which is fine, you're supposed to believe on your damn self when you're talking about boxing. But the thing is, man,
Bro, take
all
this
the
crusty
money.
lip Batman off the fucking screen.
The thing is, man, like all the money these guys being scammed of, like all these promoters, because all the promoters they know already. They already scammed the zone with a whole bunch of money. They did it with Mushroom. Bob Aaron didn't even want to pick up the phone. So like,
you know how much Devin Haney
the
got for
the
this
PBC
fight?
Bro, I
never
can't
pick
do
up.
this shit, bro. Yeah,
You know
there
how
you go.
much
Thank
Devin
you.
Haney got for
This
you know
lock
how much
And you know what's
Devin
funny?
Haney got for
Looking around, butt man.
No, here's the
And
thing.
you know,
Look, to the point
you know how much
Jose was
Jules?
making. Jose, to
Jules,
the
And
do
you
you
point.
know how much Devin Haney got for that last fight?
10 mil, they said.
10 mil.
that's
Now here's
crazy,
the thing.
really.
Now here's
And
the
guess
thing.
and he hasn't paid Shane all his money. So, can you believe that?
Yeah, I can believe that because they're scam artists.
Yeah,
See,
scammers.
I'm kind of where Jose is with it. That Bill's shit is just Bill's shit, which is no different than somebody else's shit. What's annoying, honestly, is Devin's performances. That's really, like, when I think about it, yeah, that's kind of what annoys me. The whole Mayweather parallels thing, which I went into the last live, that it's like, yo, y'all just want some dick eating shit, and that's really what bothers me about y'all. That y'all just want some con artist, bandit ass bullshit. You get paid way too much, right? And I guess the reason that bothers me is if that money were going to other fighters, we'd get better boxing. If that money were going to other fighters, like if the 10 million that you got for that god awful performance in Times Square would have went to 126, we would have got a fucking tournament. 10 million is enough to give each one of those guys, each one of those 4 champions, about 2.5 million.
Pero no te
And
vayas
you
más
can't
lejos.
pay Shane his money. That is
No te
fucked
vayas más
up.
lejos, Jules. The card that Crawford did with Madrimov, the whole shit was like what, like 11 to 12 million dollars.
Bro,
Y este azaroso.
I'm telling you,
It's still a
corriendo
fight.
that I would rather where I'm at, bro. I would rather see Yanni Beck versus Lara than anything involving Devin Haney or Ryan. Like, yeah, like I don't want to watch y'all no more. I'm tired of hearing about these dudes getting all like Ryan got what they said 20 mil for
Yeah,
that
that's
bullshit.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
He should
It's
return too,
all
man.
ridiculous.
I'd rather go to Costco than watch Devin Haney again, man.
That's why
Swear to God.
they don't have to try their best to give good performances. They don't give a fuck. They get in their
care.
money.
They gaming.
Yeah.
Their whole thing is gaming the system, and that's the thing about America, though. That's a common mentality here. That I see that. Look, the Brits. If you give them some money, you're gonna get a fight. Whether it's Ted Cheeseman level, Fraser Clark level, Joshua level, like you're gonna get a fight, dog. As long you pay them, they'll fight.
I mean,
Callum
Jules, just
Smith,
see.
one at a time. Callum
My
Smith
bad.
versus Joshua Buatsi was better than anything I've seen in America. Forget Ben and Eubank. Callum Smith versus Joshua Buatsi. They both fought with more heart and more spirit
And less money.
for less money. And I'm like, yo, dog, if you give some of these other cats that bread, yo, we could get Nick Ball in the ring with Rafael Espinoza. We got a fucking war. Why the fuck are we giving Ryan 20 mil? Why are we
And
giving
Devin 10 mil.
Well, what the fuck are we doing?
I can't believe that. I can't
it's
believe
worse.
it.
It's worse because what
And
else
you know why
happened
they
that
not
weekend?
gonna pay? And you know why they not gonna pay Shane? Because Shane put them on blast. Shane said, I seen the interview. Shane said it. Victor Ortiz was right next to him. Yo, he ain't learned that shit from me. I ain't tell him to do that. You know what I'm saying? Bill told his ass to do that.
He said, do the news report, Shan. They paid me half the money, well, a quarter of the money, and
Shane
haven't
did what
paid
the
the rest.
Palestinians should have did.
And that's crazy, man. Like, dude, from Shane Mosley, man, somebody who has wobble or hurt everybody who has fought.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go again. Y este moreno, man.
Este
prieto. Este puerco prieto en la cámara.
You put that little
I
maricon
keep looking
on
over my
your
shoulder.
cinema.
Jesus Christ.
Sácale
Get him
ese
off.
cabrón, güey.
No, the worst part about all that is that what else?
Way.
Get him off, Jules. Get him off. Get him off.
El cocuy, güey, no mames.
Listen, tell your friends to be my friends, to talk to your friends, to be
Yeah, I
our
just can't
friends.
believe that they did all that. And do you know what they did, Jules? They did a training camp at Shane's and at Big Bear for 2 months. Drills, everything. They get in the ring, and Devin Haney and his dad had a whole different game plan. Shane was like, after the first round, Bill said to him, "Shush." He said to Devin, "Protect the bag." Basically, run.
Yeah. I mean, like, you see, that's the thing. And that's why I don't believe the PTSD thing. Not really. I believe it's what Shane said, because that makes sense. They're like, you could have fought better than that. Jose is slow. Even if he's a pressure guy, he don't got good feet. He's slow as shit. You could have landed more punches than that. You could have tried for more punches than that. You didn't, because your daddy told you, bro, you don't even really got to do nothing. Just don't get beat.
They just changed the whole game plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a secondary one.
And it's a waste because we as customers, we paid for that bullshit. If I didn't pay, then I guess I wouldn't care. But we paid for that bullshit. The fuck you doing? You on that Mayweather Bandit heist? Well, look, get the fuck off my TV. How about that? Get off.
Shane said in sparring, Jules, that Devin Haney was sparring better guys than Jose Ramirez, guys that were like 21 and 2. He wouldn't say who the names were. He said he was actually whooping their ass. It's like they did a game plan, doing all the drills, and then when they got in, they just decided to do another one.
Listen, man. For a lot of people, they're gonna count the money, man. But in my opinion, bro, it's like, man, the money is always gonna come back. But fuck, man, my fucking time, dog.
We ain't gonna watch another Haney fight again.
Well, it's not. It's just.
It's the time, man.
It's annoying that you got so many. There's a better pool of guys to choose from than these bums. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like that's crazy. Like, I could go the rest of my life without seeing another Devin Haney, another Ryan Garcia, even Teofimo. Like, bro, y'all dudes is just some overrated, overpaid bums.
Mr. T
Like,
said that Bill admitted on Coach Malachi's show that that's how they fought on purpose.
Yeah, see?
Well, then,
Shane didn't know that.
But see, here's the thing that, okay, that's cool that you admitted that. I don't want to see your son box no more. You understand? Like, I don't need that bullshit on my. I don't even want him to fight T. I don't care. Like, bro, I'd rather see Boots.
Admitted it because they knew it's gonna.
I'd rather see one at a time. I'd rather see Boots versus T.O. I don't need to see your son in more boring fights. All the fighters that are like your son is why American boxing is going down. It's because of guys like you and your son. It is. It's because of y'all. Y'all motherfuckers don't really want to fight. Y'all want to be cosplay Mayweather. That's what y'all want to be, cosplay Mayweather.
And then
that's
some dude, I don't know if it was on this channel or another channel, because I'm a channel hopping hoe. But they basically said that fuck, I lost my train of thought.
See, you fucking idiot. You fucking stopped the whole fucking thing and you couldn't even remember what you was gonna say. Fucking shit.
Yeah.
The shit is no, I'm in the middle of a sentence. No, I'm in the middle of a sentence. No. You got guys in you got UK guys, you got fucking Eastern Europeans, you got no shortage of Mexican and South American and Central American fighters that will fight their ass off. And Ramon Cardenas is a prime example. 80-1 underdog, I believe he was. 80-1.
Yeah.
And that dude fought like his life depended on it. Why can't he get 10 million? Why not?
Right.
And in a way, the star of that, after he got knocked down, just completely folded and did a half-heart fight. Oh wait, no, he got up and beat the shit out of Cardenas. Like, what? Fuck you, Ryan Garcia.
It was the guy who kept fucking asking, like, well, can we just chalk this up to Haney coming off of a loss or Haney coming off of a layoff, and we wait for the next one, and then it's like, no, nobody wants to fucking see that shit.
Nobody want to see
Haney
that
had
shit.
his chance to fucking show up, and he didn't.
Misael said, I've said for years, Pitbull whoops Haney and Ryan. Mr. Calderon said, P. Jules Diddy it up with baby. Yeah, I gotta get that baby oil, bro. I gotta get that department store music when I get that baby oil on that shit they play in H&M. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, I'm just tired of this system in particular to the American boxing scene, because Ryan was never good. That's just like, yo, Ryan was always ass, fam. He was only popular because of Instagram. And y'all, the media put him on a pedestal.
He had the
He was
potential to be
never
good.
No, Chan, he doesn't. No, he didn't.
It regressed, like you said.
Chan, think about
Nah,
it.
he's
Think of Chan.
garbage.
While it regressed, let me put it to you another way. You look at the guys that have been and are at 135. Was he gonna beat Loma? No. Would he beat Keyshawn?
No.
Would he beat
Fuck
Murataya? Would he beat
No.
Murataya? No. All right, let's do 40. Would he beat Matthias? No.
Hell no.
He beat
Hell
dog
no.
shit, bro. He
And that's the point I'm making. That
He could even beat a Liam Paro.
if we look at the places that he has been, and we look at, all right, well, who was there with him at the time? You could do a head count of how many guys would have whooped his ass, and what that tell me? This dude was never nice. He wasn't gonna beat nobody.
Chan, I was with you at one point, like, oh, Ryan can do this, Ryan can do that. But even if that's true, who gives a shit because of his attitude? He doesn't want to do it, so it's wasted potential even if it's there.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
He might as well fight Jake Paul.
Yeah, he may as well fight Jake Paul. Yeah. Chalk it up to the
to
game,
be fair, it'd
motherfucker.
probably be a little bit closer than fucking Tank and Paul.
He better fight.
I mean, what the fuck is Tank gonna show up as, a little butterball?
195. I can't.
No, he's
believe
gonna do a Sonic. You know Sonic the Hedgehog. He's just gonna roll up into a ball, just spin really fast,
Yeah.
and shoot at Jake Paul.
Hey guys, you know what's funny? You know what's funny, guys? That even though like somebody mentioned earlier that Rolly is like the best win that Tank have lately, or has aged better, right?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, like, a lot of people don't know it's at the same as the Mario Barrios after, like, years after, is that he also was on a rehydration clause.
Yeah,
he also was struggling to make 135 because oddly enough, after that fight, he never went back to 135, huh?
It was 140 with Tank.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. He struggled at that rate.
No,
and he was in a rehydration clause too.
And he was on a rehab. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
That's why earlier when we were talking about Tank, like Tank prime for prime, who'd win? I'm like, when has Tank fought anyone in their prime?
Yeah.
Like, why are we even entertaining this conversation?
Fucking
Tank
midget,
was
man.
in his prime and Floyd was in his
Can't
prime.
wait
If Floyd
till
was
he
in his prime,
leaves.
Tank would avoid him.
I can't wait till he goes from boxing.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really mad about the Jake Paul shit, because I figure if he beat Roach and he fight Jake after that, that dude not gonna stay in boxing. He gonna retire. He gonna take that money and run. And it's like, and then take your motherfucking fans with you, bro.
Yeah, I hate them.
For real.
All
You know what I'm
12 of
saying?
them.
Hey, how do you guys see the fucking what's his name? Yeah, my bad. Now I'm all looking stuck too.
Oh, what the what?
Shakur Stevenson, William Cepeda.
Here's the thing. William, them two Tevin Farmer fights, there's two things that bother me. The two Tevin Farmer fights, that's one. Because I thought you were gonna knock him out, and that was in the first fight.
Yeah.
And the second thing that bothers, it's not that it bothers me, it's just that it's a factor. There's gonna be anti-doping testing. There is. I think I don't apologize for a motherfucking thing. William, you are on PEDs. You hold you and it's like, I don't care about the PEDs, you understand. It's just
1,000 punches.
It's a factor in the sense that, are you gonna be who you normally are when this testing is going down? And I think nah. I think no.
For real.
That's where I'm at. This is what tipped me off. In the first Tevin Farmer fight, and Tevin was the one who aired it out. He said, we were supposed to. Tevin said we were supposed to get tested before, and we didn't get tested before or after the fight, right?
Yeah.
So that's telling me, this how I took it. Yo, William, you was dirty in that fight, and you could knock this motherfucker out because you was dirty in that. You could come on, you was dirty in that fight. That's cool. What? I don't care about the dirt because I think everybody dirty at the end of the day. But I'm saying that with the advantages that you had, you couldn't stop him, and that's Tevin Farmer, who moved up from 130. That's Tevin Farmer, right? He been stopped before. You couldn't stop him. Now in the second fight, there was testing, but you still didn't stop him. So I'm like, while I look at it as, look, you guys stop interrupting me. Shakur is a different fight because he not gonna slip and counter roll. He not gonna do none of that. He gonna try to box from the outside is what I think, right? So it is a slightly different fight. But I'm like, damn, homie, if you can't stop Tevin Farmer, it is a little hard to imagine you gonna stop Shakur. It is like, yeah, I mean, like,
I'm in the same boat as you, Jules. Sorry.
Now the caveat that I was gonna say is that's the Cepeda hang up. The Shakur hang up is this is a guy who's gonna throw 3 to 4 punches to year one.
Yep.
He's gonna throw 3 to 4 punches to year one punch. And I don't really know how you gonna deal with that. I literally I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're gonna do. Because this dude is gonna throw punches though. Like, yeah, he is. Some of them might be fucked up, some of them might
and some of them will land, innit?
And you got one thing we know outside of all the speculation shit I said is, yo, you got hand problems.
Yeah.
You got hand problems.
That's what I said to my friend. He may break his hand in the fight. And then you're going to have to fight Cepeda one-handed. Don't think that's going to fare well. Yeah.
Listen, man, we know that, and we know you have a gigantic gap between your teeth. That's two things that we know.
Like Madonna.
Yeah. But Jules, I'm with you.
Yo, you can feed a fork in that shit, man.
No, Jules, the other thing is, but go ahead.
Good.
I was with you, but Cepeda is like making me pick Shakur because you've been really hesitant about this fight. So what do you know that I don't that's making you hesitate all this much?
Yes.
The other thing to your point, Jason, he's already conceded that he can't win a decision. He said that himself. He said that. He said that. Oh, it's in New York. That's his city. It's like, yo, you sound
so you're gonna
nervous.
have to knock him out.
But it's a good fight though. In fairness, it's a good fight because there's things that are hard for me to. It's hard for me to imagine William you knocking him out. But Shakur, it is hard for me to imagine. What are you gonna do when he's throwing 3, 4, 5 punches? Like he's not gonna stop throwing punches. You know, that's what he do.
He's just gonna run, fam. Like on some real shit, he's gotta call a spade, bro. He's gonna run.
Well, the way he
Can he
beat
win
Oscar
running?
Valdez, the way he beat Oscar Valdez.
But the thing is, Oscar doesn't fight like William. He don't fight like William. Oscar is more of a boxer than William is. William is the true
pressure
fighter, bro.
Yeah, Valdez is more of a counter puncher.
Yeah.
Actually,
But that was a good performance from Shakur.
That's one of his best performances.
It was and it wasn't because you decided in the last 3 rounds to waste everybody's fucking time. You're clearly ahead on the cards. You could start fucking him up now. Like, bro, this fight is won. Now I'm gonna fuck him up. Now I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna do some business because I won already. And if shit get hairy, I'll just step out. Nah, let me just not do nothing. Do a victory lap. Like what are you doing, bro?
He busted a Deloya Trinidad. He busted a Deloya Trinidad.
Yeah,
That's
like
crazy.
that fight put a really bad taste in my mouth. Like after that, it's hard to be your fan after that.
I still like that win. I still like that performance.
It's a good win. Most of the performance is good.
Because Oscar Valdez was on the team.
The shit is that I look at that as a disrespect, and I noticed that about the American boxer, that they're always trying to devise ways. Teofimo with his racism, Devin with his banditry, fucking Shakur. It's like, fight with some courage. Fight with some heart. The other guys are doing it. Yo, you would have thought. No, he's another one. You would have thought that Chris and Connor, fuck the same bitch or something. Like, yo, why are y'all fighting so hard, dog? Like, what's the matter with y'all?
And they've already scheduled it to go again, September. Already announced.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't play.
It just goes
I think
to show
Shakur's
you
gonna
none
win.
of those so-called 4 are worthy of the title, the 4 kings. None of them are worth it.
I mean, they
They're
never
not
were.
4 kings. Never was.
Those are the 4 princesses, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Powder puff girls,
Those are
bro.
4 court jesters.
Like I said on my show, they're having comeback fights. Look, Duran and them lot have already fought like 2, 3. They're having comeback fights at 25.
Their royalty.
At 25 years old, you shouldn't have gone nowhere to be coming back.
Now Ryan is on the rebound of the rebound. Devin won, but he lost. Like what is this? Is a clown show? Like, yo, this is some. Now you got now here's the thing. I'm gonna bring my man up, Flavio again. Yo, Flavio about to fight an unbeaten Justice Hooney on short notice. You could never get none of these silly ass motherfuckers. Like, yo, Fabio might lose that fight, y'all. Yeah, he might.
Justice Hooney.
He's not bad, Chan. I see, like, he's not
he's
bad.
a good fighter. Yeah.
And the thing that he has that Fabio has not seen yet, I don't know how he's gonna deal with it. Maybe he can handle it, maybe he can't. Is that dude could move? Like, yeah, he can move. He got feet. He got feet.
You know, that same parallel actually exists in the UFC, bro, because Tom Aspirin over there got up off the couch with like, I think it was like 14 days or 12 days notice or some shit to fight Alexander Povetkin, or was I can't remember his fucking name.
We don't know him.
He got up and knocked him out in fucking like 80 seconds or something.
But you can't get John to do
but you can't get John to do that shit. Fuck no. When Chael Sonnen was about to come up, bro, he canceled the whole fucking show. Like the whole card was fucked up because he didn't want to take Chael Sonnen on short notice.
I think Fabio's going to beat Hooney.
We'll see.
To me,
it's
undefeated. He is, isn't he, Jules?
Hooney's undefeated, but the problem is the timing. You were getting ready for a 300+ pound pressure fighter who you don't have to chase. That's who you were getting ready for.
Miller.
Up until 4 weeks in. Now, with 4 weeks to go, you fighting a moving target now. It's a moving target.
How many knockouts has Hooney got?
Hooney don't got a lot of knockouts now. He don't got a lot of those. That's what's working for that. Fabio does have power, but you got to deliver it.
Knock him out.
You got to deliver it.
Oh, it might go to the cards, isn't it, Jules?
Chan, are you forgetting this fucking guy's Tongan and he has a head built like an Easter Island head?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He looks like an Easter Island head, dog. Yeah. Them dudes got chins.
It's like a David Tua.
I don't know about a knock. I mean, if he could get one, great, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
Probably going to go to the cards. Yeah.
Jules,
don't confuse him for Stamone.
The other thing is, Fabio got scar tissue. That nose.
Yeah, that nose.
That shit bleed. That nose, motherfucker bleed. Yeah. Don't take a lot to open it up.
No.
But the point is that you got to do Fabio. You fought unbeaten David Adilier. You fought unbeaten Frazier Clark. Not once but twice. Now you fighting unbeaten Justice Hooney. Oh, while these little fucking pricks are getting 20 and 10 million to waste everybody's fucking time jerking off the fucking audience. It's fucking ridiculous, dog. Like, what is going on here?
You think Fabio's even going to get $1 million for that fight? No.
I mean, it is in Ipswich, so maybe.
Yeah.
It is a hometown fight, so maybe 1.5. I could see 1.5 or something like that. But that's the point. That you got guys that like, yo, you don't gotta tell them to fight. They want to fight because that's their fucking job.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers don't want to fight.
Yeah.
They want the accolades and the eyes to look, the people to look at them certain ways because they're boxers, but they don't want to actually be boxers.
They want to get the most for doing the less.
They want to take the pictures with
Kim Kardashians of boxing that like, yo, you want to be famous, but you're not good at nothing. Like you don't sing, you don't dance, you can't cook, you don't. I'm like, yeah, she suck a little bit of dick, but it don't even look like all that.
Y singa malo, manito, también. Y singa malo.
Shit.
Santísimo.
Coño.
In fact, with him,
Buena para nada.
He gives a blowjob and no one feels a thing.
Good for nothing, man.
Not good for nothing.
Good for nothing. And that's how I look at them guys. That like Teofimo had arguably the best performance of the card, but that's not saying a lot.
That weren't saying much. It's because the others were so bad, it made Tio look even better. He wasn't outstanding, mate.
Tío me puede lamber el culo, man. Que se vaya a la mierda. Maldito asqueroso, con crack baby ass dude.
And his dad.
Take the conversation from something sad from something infuriating to sad. You guys think this is it for Josh Taylor this weekend?
Yes. No, he's going to beat Echo.
Wait, is this fight is a 147?
Yeah.
It's a welterweight fight. It's welterweight.
He's going to beat X1 because he's only got... Yeah, because he's pillow-fisted.
Mm.
He's only got like 6 knockouts or something like
that. Granted that he's pillow-fisted, Jack Catterall ain't better be even he won.
Yeah, true. But that was at 140.
And knocked him down.
That was at 140. He was drained then.
I mean,
He was.
His Josh Taylor's chin isn't going to get better moving up.
No,
like, I'm
no,
sorry
here's
about that.
another thing. Here's another thing. Speaking of Jack Tuna Casserole, he don't have to fight fucking Harlem Eubank. Did it take a year for Jack to come back? No, he's right back in the shit. Just fucking lost to Arnold Barboza. Like, nah, sign me up. I need another fight. Yeah. Fuck it. Harlem want to fight? We can fight. That's how it's supposed to be.
147 as well.
Come on, die on your. Come on now, die on your own time. All right. What the fuck?
Come on, bro. Die in private.
All moved up to welterweight.
You know
hey, so where's that Crawford Canelo fight gonna take place?
¿Quién sabe? No. ¿Quién sabe? Yo no sé. Saudi, Space.
Pinche Saudi
Mars.
En la frontera de México, for all we know.
No, I think it's going to be in Vegas, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's going to be in the Coliseum, bro.
Chen, yo estoy aburrido de esa conversación.
Oh, en Roma.
Yo estoy aburrido. Esa conversación de Canelo y Crawford y Canelo. Yeah, I'm bored, bro. Like whatever they're going to do, let them do it. I'll wait. Because there's fights coming up. There's fights.
That's in September anyway,
yeah. Like Bam fighting Kafu. I'll take it. Diego fighting Maga Macumbi. Fuck it, I'll take it. Berlanga peleando con Shiraz. I'll take it. Zepeda versus Stevenson. I'll take it. Más mejor, Matías con este mamagüevo. Sorry. Because I didn't want to.
Órgano reproductor masculino, Jules, please.
There's good fights. There's good fights coming up. Que ya yo estoy harto de la misma conversación de que se trata de la misma. Whatever Canelo's gonna do, whatever, bro. Because I'm tired of seeing people obsess about him. Like, what the fuck do you obsess about him so much, bro?
Here's the thing, though. You remember, guys, when like you remember when guys?
But fuck it.
Go ahead, bro.
My God, let the man talk. Jesus.
Remember, guys, when you know, esta gente no tiene educación. No. You remember, guys, when like Canelo and Crawford did a little face off.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't know, man. That shit looked kind of awkward. It's like, okay, well, what we do now? At Crawford was just looking at him like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 16 freckles on your face. Like it was no animosity, man. Like it's not. I mean, I just want to watch it.
Yo lo voy a ver, pero esa pelea no tiene una historia. No tiene una
ya está
historia.
ahí. Yeah,
está hecha la pelea because they have enough money to do it. Pero eso no fue algo que look, I like the fight, by the way, so I'm not poo-pooing all over it. I like the fight.
No, ya está ahí, ya te gusta.
Pero, right? A ti te gusta. Right?
Concéntrate.
Hey, Crawford should have asked.
Espera. Me gusta la pelea, pero organically, esa no fue una pelea that we were asking. We weren't asking for that. We weren't.
No.
Like, let's be real.
No, we weren't.
We weren't. I'll take it because it's a good fight with two great fighters, pero we weren't asking for that. So, la emoción. Y además, para mí, look, I like Crawford and I like Canelo, so I have no animosity. It's not like, ooh, I can't wait for Danny Garcia to get fucking knocked out. No, it's not like that. Like, no, I like both fighters, so.
Tú no puedes dejar ese hombre tranquilo, man. Yo, you have some pack is gonna get fucked up. Watch.
I'm gonna get a box with a dick in it.
Hey, when they were doing that face off,
él lo va a morder el paquete, watch.
So who would you root for in that fight, Jules?
Ahora
between Canelo and Crawford?
Yeah.
Honestly, look. I don't. Well, that's where I kind of plateau. I have no emotional attachment to that fight. I'm gonna watch it because I think it'll be a great fight. I think studying the boxing of that fight is gonna be the fun of it for me. Like, let's see how. Your name is not fucking Julius. Studying the boxing of that fight is gonna be what's interesting to see how does Crawford respond, how does Canelo respond, because it's a very high level fight and it's not gonna be a war. It's not like it. No, it's not gonna be a war. It's gonna be a chess match. So that's the fun part. But a rooting interest, I don't have one. If Crawford wins, amazing. If Canelo wins, well, you should.
Well, you don't have a rooted because Crawford's American. No, you're not going to root your countryman.
Chan, I'm from space. Chan. I don't care about these humans.
That was a country ass pick.
I don't care about these humans like that. Like, no, you do your thing. You do your thing. You do your thing. Also, nationalism. I'm kind of over that because a lot of the fighters that have been entertaining me are international fighters. Like, I got way more out of Conor Benn and Chris Eubank than I got from all those Americans in Times Square.
But if there was an American,
all right, no, no. You, look, here's an example. Here's an example of how over it I am. If Devin Haney were to fight Conor Benn, I'm British that day.
Yeah,
Ben, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, Ben.
I'll buy a British flag that day.
Put him through the fucking because I'm telling you, I would be not just I'm gonna pick Conor because that's how I think the fight is. No. I want Conor to win. I want him to win.
No, I mean a whole carton of eggs that day in honor of Conor.
Oh God.
So who is the British? Who is the British cash cow or like the next one in line or because Fury he.
I would say because Fury's on his way out, even though he's coming back, he's still on his way out. Yeah. No. He said cash cow, Chan. Cash.
Oh, cash cow. Oh,
I would say Conor. After Chris does whatever he does, because Chris doesn't have long either. He's like 36. He don't have that long either. If Chris retires, if Chris retires, Fury retires, AJ retires, right? Let's say all the guys who sell retire. Who's the next guy that will sell? Conor.
You're right.
Conor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also Eubank is an anomaly. You never know what version you're gonna get of him.
Yeah.
He's done. He's done. Really.
Él un anormal, eso es verdad.
Eso es
verdad. Hablate por año.
What weight does Billy Ho Sausage return between super middle and heavyweight? Imagine Wilder using him as a tune-up. He said like heavyweight. That's what he said. He said like heavyweight. That's what I read. So we'll see.
Yeah. Are you sure you didn't misread that as super heavyweight?
But is that really so fucking crazy? I mean, he's coming up from 168. The man hasn't fought in like 3 years. Like, 175 should be where you come back.
It is, but it's like one.
It's too small, dude.
That's the thing that if I look at, but then again, Chan, the argument that helps Billy is Callum. Callum was at 68, same time as Billy.
Callum 6'2".
True.
Billy Joe Saunders is 5'9".
No, he's not.
5'10".
Billy's
5'8".
Billy was noticeably taller than Canelo, so
no, not that much. 5'8", 5'9".
He's the same height as
5'7".
I love how she got shorter. Like
you
don't like him. 5'9". No,
you just don't like him, so you making him short by default.
I thought he's about 5'9". 5'9".
He's like 5'11". He's like 5'10", 5'11".
Really?
He's an asshole, but he's got some height.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Well, he's listed as 5'11".
She got him down there with Devin and Tio. Like,
Chan, you know he's a gypsy.
Yeah, he
probably
fought Chocolatito the other day. Yeah, he said Chocolatito high. Yeah.
Smaller than that.
Chop said that Dana and Turkey, their partnership is not over. They still working on the TKO thing, right? It's not over.
God, but I'm over that.
I'm gonna be real though. It's not a game. I'm not lying. Dougie listens to this channel. Dougie also be in the same rooms as Turkey. I know this for a fact. I don't know, but I believe that Dougie seen what I said and he told him, "Yo,
about
Dana not about Dana. I've been saying for 2 weeks, Dana not the dude to be fucking promoting Canelo Crawford. That man don't know nothing. This is not no UFC fight. The fuck he promoting them for? The fuck? And he got a show that weekend that he doing in Mexico. So you got one dude trying to promote 2 big shows. You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna get 2 shitty shows because he's spreading himself thin.
Yeah, they're trying to do that Noche UFC shit now.
Noche de huevo.
Yeah, they're trying to compete. It's like, man, they need to fuck off.
Let him do his Noche de Insecto. and whatever, right? And right? Noche de verga. Noche de verga.
Búgaro
nights. Noche de verga.
Ñema's disrespectful, but verga is violent, bro. It's violent. It's like verga, like a machine gun, verga.
Especially when they drink the army, verga. Me vale verga.
Yo, when you're Mexican, bro, you fucking hear that shit a lot.
Vale verga.
No, especially down here in Texas, yeah, like you hear that shit a lot.
But yeah, like I either look, it could be what I said, or it could just be that eventually he realized you can't. Dana is not the man for this assignment. That's the first thing. He's not the guy. In general, he's not the guy for this assignment. You got Eddie Hearn right there, who promoted 6 or 7 Canelo Alvarez fights in America. Why the fuck would you give that assignment to Dana, especially if he has a card that weekend that he's promoting? That makes no sense. For what?
I don't understand.
That never made no sense. Like, what the fuck you gonna use Dana for that for? The fuck he know about promoting a boxing match anyway?
And especially one of the biggest boxing matches,
Listen, man, Dana nowadays, bro, he just, taking care of his cocaine with Oscar de la Hoya.
And fucking
fucking this I'm banging these OnlyFans little girls, man.
Yeah, he got to go smack
everybody in the UFC world knows, everybody in the MMA world knows, like, Dana and John Jones are fucking, bro. They're a couple.
They're fucking, and they're fucking hard, bro.
Yeah.
They're fucking hard. Like, you can smell shit in the hall. They're fucking. They're fucking hard.
Oh yeah. John is gay.
George said, I said belly, not Billy. Belly Joe Saunders. Pork Chop said they announced the fight way too soon. It's not that. This is the thing, Pork Chop. That fight is a good fight, right? It's a good fight in this Canelo and Crawford. It's a good fight in a sense because of what you know about the fighters, but it's kind of like a blow job that you didn't want. You're not gonna turn it down, but you didn't really ask for it. It's like
I've never heard of a blowjob that I didn't want.
Now sometimes like
might as well make the best of it.
No, look, es cuando tienen la boca sucia, Jules.
Before your wife comes involved, it's better you be quiet.
They have like Brooklyn stains in the teeth, bro. Like,
you don't want to be in trouble.
¿Tú sabes lo que es? It's a blowjob from a chick you don't like. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Tú no soportas.
Oh, okay.
It's like I mean,
que tiene grajo. Que tiene grajo.
No, now you're exactly like no, like I'm gonna be sitting here smelling. Getting my, like,
tú no lo sabías until a certain point, all right?
You know what it is? Is you pull the drawers down and you put your dick and you start fucking, and that back wind hits you like,
Julius, next.
I gotta get to the chopper.
Made me feel sick.
You gotta get in a high guard when it hits you like,
Julius, next, you loser.
You do the Arnold,
you loser.
I like
Julius is such a loser.
Why are you talking to me?
Because you're making me feel sick.
You just do the Arnold, be like, let's get to the chopper.
Listen, clowns. Let's move on to the next topic.
Clowns. All right. Look, anyway, the point is, I don't think it would have mattered when they announced that fight. It's not a fight that was actually built. You know how Golovkin Canelo was built. Crawford Spence was built. This fight is not really built. It's almost like an idea that was thrown out there, and fuck it, let's do it. And that's how we got it. So it's like, I don't think it would have mattered when you announced it. Now, if I'm Turkey, I need to give this fight momentum and to give it a personality, because it doesn't have one. You know, the Crawford, he doesn't have a personality, and Canelo, his personality comes out, but
there's only some people that will grasp it.
Exactly. You gotta have these guys. You gotta have these guys go at each other. Then it'll have a life, because right now it doesn't really have a life. They respect each other. They do. They respect each other.
What's the undercard? Much. The undercard has to be stacked. It's got to be.
I don't know what they're gonna put on that shit. They haven't said anything yet, Shane.
I've never heard
mayonnaise.
Steel versus boots.
Stack that shit. What did he say?
He said pan con mayonnaise. He said mayonnaise and white bread.
Wonder bread.
Hey, yo, at least Canelo's not fucking holding his hand, bro.
No, but the point is that the fight is an anomaly because by all rights, because of the caliber of the fighters, Canelo Crawford, there should be more excitement than what we're seeing. The reason there isn't is because it wasn't built. It was just an idea that somebody threw out there and said, "Fuck it, yeah, let's throw some money at that." Yeah, that's how we got it. Whereas
they ain't a Chris Eubank and Conor Benn with those clashing personalities.
Here's an example. I was 100% sure that Terrence Crawford would beat Errol Spence Jr., right? Yeah. I am not sure who's going to win Crawford Canelo. I'm not sure. I literally don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the reason I was excited about Spence, is because it was built. Now I get my Sunday to talk shit, to make you feel bad, to talk about your mother.
Yeah. So now we need some marination, is what you're saying.
Right? Usyk and Fury, built. Yeah. Built. So I was 100% confident Usyk is going to win this fight.
Weren't we, Jules?
We were confident. The videos is up.
Yeah.
But why was it exciting? Because now we've been waiting for this. We finally get to see it. It's like ordering food at a restaurant.
Yeah.
With Canelo and Crawford, which is the weirdest thing. With Canelo and Crawford, while the answer is not quite clear about who wins, there's not a longing or an anticipation because it wasn't built. It wasn't. It wasn't something that we're sitting around jerking off at the campfire. Man, I can't wait for Canelo to fight. Like, no, we wasn't doing that.
It wasn't there. Yeah,
wasn't there.
And the worst part, Jules, is that
obviously wasn't there.
Because look,
Crawford. No, wait, Mexican. Crawford was asking for it, right? But remember, when he was asking for it, when it starts, we didn't think it was gonna happen. We didn't think it was going to happen. He threw it out there and it was like, oh, I mean, yeah.
Even Canelo said, nah, he's too small. Fuck it.
Yeah, when it started, it wasn't like, yeah, yo. And my thing, this is me personally. I'm a fan of them both, so I don't have a rooting interest in nobody. Like, nah, y'all do y'all thing. May the best man win. But that's boring. It's like, I ain't mad at you, and I'm not mad at him. Y'all do y'all thing.
It was like everyone asking for the Floyd fight back in the day. Like,
I honestly think it's gonna come down to the conditioning, bro. It's gonna be like Crawford. You're not used to fighting guys who are that durable and who punch that hard.
We'll see, bro. Like I said, I don't.
It works on both sides though. But Canelo don't like a mover, and he's gonna have a switch hitter. So it's too.
Yeah, but when has Crawford ever been a big mover?
Yeah.
George said Billy Joe Saunders versus Wilder rematch from Nando's.
Oh yeah, you know fuck that. It's pros and cons on both sides of the fighters. It's not just on Crawford's. It's cons.
We'll see because that's not a fight. That's not a fight that I rack my brain over. Like I'm at a point where I might not even pick. Like, look, I'm just gonna enjoy the show because y'all gonna get mad at me either way. If I say Canelo wins, Crawford fans gonna get mad. If I say Crawford wins, Canelo fans gonna get mad. It's like, man, listen, I don't know.
What do you think in Canelo's last performance? Would you say that Crawford had more of a chance?
No, because look, while Canelo looked bad, can I answer the question? Can I answer the question? Check out. This is the thing. Canelo looked bad. Canelo looked bad in that fight, right? Pero that was against a dude. He made a decision. He's not gonna fight. A dude like that will make anyone look bad. Anyone. He won't engage. He won't fight. So you're stuck in a situation where you're gonna have to chase the guy because he's not gonna fight you. Now Crawford will fight you. He is gonna fight you. So the countering opportunities you're gonna look for, they may be there. But with William, no, that dude was not trying to fight you, dog. Like he literally was not. He's trying. I don't know. He's trying to break your ankles or something.
Canelo picked him though. Canelo must have known he's a mover.
But it's not about. No, of course he knew he was a mover, and of course Canelo picked him. But that's besides the point. We're comparing William to Crawford as an opponent. Does Canelo's performance with William better Crawford's chances? And I would say no, because I think Crawford's going to try to win. I think Crawford's going to try to win. I don't think William was trying to win. I think he was trying not to get knocked out long enough to catch the check.
To survive.
That's it. That dude wasn't trying to win.
Would you say that Crawford's got the ability to stick and move? Because he's not really stick and move. He can move, but is he gonna? He's gonna have to in this fight.
The thing is, even in fights that Crawford is winning emphatically, even in
gets
fights,
hit.
he gets hit.
Yeah.
And now I don't know this. This is why I said I may just enjoy the show. I don't actually know that you can take Canelo's power, because the one thing that these people that like to criticize Canelo don't seem to want to understand is that power must be pretty serious if Edgar ran from him, Charlo ran from him, William
He's knocked a
ran
lot of
from
people
him.
down. Yeah. Big guy.
They refuse. These guys, remember the night of, these guys are 180. These guys, they're 180,
190
200,
even,
and they're running from a 5'7" guy. I'm like, yo, dog, they not running because
one thing about Canelo, he can hit. He hit hard. We know that. Yeah.
And everybody that's fought him from Boz, they say, yo, that dude hit hard. He hit hard.
Yeah.
So
and what happened when Crawford fought Madrimov? Like, he didn't go for the kill.
He didn't budge him, did he?
As soon as Madrimov hit him, he was like, nah, I'm gonna be a bit more careful with this.
Another thing is, like, people get surprised in the ring how fast Canelo is in the ring, because he has fast hands, and a lot of people get surprised how fast he really is.
Well, ellos creen que las cosas son simples because they're watching it from ringside. Watching him is one thing, fighting him is another. When he do that little dip and he cocking that left, you don't know if it's a head punch. You don't know if it's a body punch.
But he's not fast. He's not fast. We can't lie. He's economical with his shots.
I think he's fast. I think he's fast.
He's fast
in the pocket. In the pocket. The problem in the pocket, he's fast. His problem is his arms are short. He's not gonna be fast from the outside. His arms are short.
But he doesn't throw a lot of shots. He's very accurate with the shots that he
somebody
throws.
who's longer, who's a mover, like they think that's quick.
He's accurate with his shots.
Short and
the thing about Canelo is, like, when he moves, he's slow, but he has a really good footwork, and he's fast. Really fast. That's like what I'm trying to say. Like, people usually get surprised in the ring how fast his hands really is.
You think he's going to be more fleet of foot? You're going to think he's more fleet of foot than Crawford? I don't.
Because the thing is, it's not even about that. It's just like, the thing is, a lot of people, they get hit from his counters because there is no way to get away from his counters because his hands are so fast. Like, if he catch you in a counter, you cooked.
Shout out to Domo. Two goats going at it. Nothing to complain about unless somebody's scared. That's how I feel. Pork chop. The panel needs to watch the Madrimov fight again. I was gonna say that I think Crawford is gonna hold his feet more. I think Crawford is gonna hold his feet more. I think his strategy. I think what he's thinking, and I've said this before. He's not. I don't think he's gonna go in there and run from Canelo. I don't think that. I think that he's gonna base his strategy off of counterpunching. He knows he has a bit more reach than Canelo. He's gonna probably stay mid-range. Just far enough that if he steps out, he's on the outside, but just close enough he can touch Canelo with punches. I think he's going to stay with Canelo, and I think he's basing his strategy off of the Mayweather fight.
And Canelo's conditioning.
I'm going to roll and counter. I'm going to slip and counter. I don't need to knock him out, but I need to be able to counter him. That's what I need to do, because that's how, if you look at the Mayweather fight, that is how Mayweather beat him, with counters. He stayed with him, but countered the shit out of him.
Wicked.
But he sat in the pocket, though.
Now the caveat is, and this is just me. This is not. We don't know that this is what Terrence is going to do. But going off of what I think, the problem, if that's your strategy, the problem with that strategy is that was not the same Canelo. That was a young man who was 23. This guy is 35. He's been there and done that with some of the best. You're not fighting the Canelo that Mayweather fought. So
yeah, that was a man only 8 years into his professional career. This is a man.
So what? He was a world champ. He was still a world champion. He had 40 fights in by that time.
Chan, you're telling me that
it's not the same Canelo.
That's what I'm getting at. I'm not denigrating Floyd's victory. It was credible, but it's safe to say that from 2014 or 2013, 2014 when they fought till 2025, yes, I would say that Canelo has learned a lot because I see the difference in him. Yeah. I see where he's different.
100%. The only thing that I'm just hating when people keep saying, Oh, he was a young guy then. Yeah, he was, but he was 40 fights in and he was a world champ.
Look, if Benitez could win I'm not saying that Canelo was too, it's a credible scalp for Mayweather. What I don't like about the comparisons that people make is, so you think from 23 to 35 he didn't learn anything?
Of course, totally different. Of course he did. Yeah,
because that's what I'm saying. That the
Terence
problem
Crawford's getting a better Canelo.
You're just getting defensive because he mentioned how young Canelo was.
That's the point. The Canelo that Crawford is getting is a four-weight, unified, two-time ring magazine, two-time lineal, and an undisputed champion. That's not what Floyd fought. That's not what Floyd fought. He didn't fight a guy with that much experience. He didn't. So it's a different fight. And if your strategy is based off what Floyd did, right? If that's what you're thinking, well, there's a flaw. This guy you're fighting is not a 23-year-old.
That guy, yeah.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is that loss was what propelled his career.
Yeah.
If he didn't fight Floyd, and went through that experience, he wouldn't be the fighter that he is.
Yeah, he learned a lot.
Is now.
He made a loss to be a lesson and not like define his whole
Shut out the Mexican. Yeah, but since Crawford mentioned it, his fans and Canelo haters went along with it. I feel like people now are going with Crawford, so it's more of an interesting fight. Yeah,
I've seen a lot of people stop.
Robert Garcia is going with Crawford. Bam is going with Crawford. I forgot who else. Somebody neutral said they're going with Crawford. Somebody neutral.
Yeah.
Because we know Tim's going with Crawford. Tim Bradley's going with Crawford.
Oh, yeah, he's going to die the hill.
Didn't Bam also say he was going with Crawford?
I mentioned Bam already. It wasn't. It was somebody else. It was Robert Garcia went with him. Bam went with him. Tim went with him.
I've seen a lot of people. Yeah.
Usyk picked him.
Usyk picked him as well. Yeah. Pick Crawford.
And it's cool. Like, I think it's cool because at the same time, it's one of them things where, look, y'all going off that Skull fight. Just remember, Skull lost.
No, Usyk was always going with Crawford from when they first
No. I'm just saying the wave because Robert said I had Canelo until the Skull fight. And I'm like, well, listen, while Canelo looked shit in the Skull fight, I'm not saying he didn't. Just remember, Skull lost.
Yeah.
Skull didn't look good in that fight.
Yeah.
Tio switched sides, but Tio's always been a backstabbing little bitch.
Oh, Tio's the fucking bitch. Fucking Domo said, elite feint speed 2. Edgar was expecting a jab. Canelo threw the left from the body shot, height, and threw it up top at the last minute. Yeah, like it's a good fight. Like, that's what's so weird about that fight.
Benavidez has got Crawford, obviously.
But Benavidez is still mad. Like, he talked. I just seen an interview. He talking about, we're thinking about Callum. Y'all still thinking? Are you negotiating or what? We're thinking about Callum.
James Toney went with Crawford. He picked Crawford.
Okay.
Yeah. James Toney.
Shit is crazy. Now look, I'm gonna fucking go to sleep. Fucking tired. It's been real.
Julius.
Alrighty, good night, old man.
I'm fucking old. I was in the gym for like 2 hours.
It's old part over there, man. It's late.
I was in the fucking gym for 2 hours. My glycogen stores need replenishment.
Get out of town.
Go get some baby oil, old man.
I'm gonna get some baby oil.